welcome once again, everybody, to Dynamite DnD. We are back from the dead. My computer has been repaired and returned after 6 long weeks, and then we took 2 weeks until the next game. So here we are now, streaming once again. Once again, my name is Steve Negretti. I am the dungeon master of this little project, this little summer project that I've created. Let's go around the table and introduce all our players. I'm going to go from the bottom of my list up this time. First on the docket is Sam Hears himself. Say hi, Sam.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sam Hears, and I will be playing as Ulna Wavner, a paladin on the Oath of Devotion, and a Triton. It just happenstance. And pleasure to be here. Nice to see you guys.
Sam Hears, Ulna Wavner, Triton Paladin. Going up the list, here, the man, the myth, the legend, King Kaz. Say hello.
Hello, I'll be playing Doran. I know that's not how it's spelled. He is a fighter samurai, half-elf. We're at level 4, and I'm cool.
King Kaz, half-elf fighter named Doran. Up the list
And
once
I'm
more.
cool.
And he's cool. Especially in this heat wave, staying super cool. Let's go up the list to Curly himself, DKG. Say hi, Curly.
Yo, 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 this is Curly. As I always say, Hex go burr. I'm playing Furby the Furbolg, druid with all of the secrets. And we're going to have a fun time here, everybody.
Nonsense.
Curly playing Furby the Furbolg druid. Last but not least, top of the list today, Carissa. Say hello, Carissa.
Hello, I am Carissa. I'm playing Brit Beryl. She's a dwarf. She's a monk. She is an enthusiast of jewelry and hazy IPAs.
Carissa playing Brit Beryl, the dwarven monk. What did we do last time on Dynamite DnD? Last time on Dynamite DnD, you finished up fighting off some evil spirits at a cottage in the Strand Woods. Once again, you were guarding the arresting form of Eberim, the elf, who was having some trouble with some restless spirits that were haunting him. You fought off a wave of zombies that were trying to mess you all up. After you beat that wave of zombies, a strange green energy kind of exploded out from the basement where Eberim was. You went down there to investigate it, and you found a undead monstrosity, which was a deathlock, i.e. an undead warlock, who had killed Eberim. And you fought and defeated the deathlock, and with his dying breath, Eberim told you to search through his stuff and take things that would help you on your journey, and also look at his journal to figure out what the heck was going on. You did so, got a couple of magic items, and looked through his journal and saw that the deathlock was a former friend of his that he had to imprison in his own body to stop his evil doings. But now that the deathlock has been laid to rest, so too can Eberim sleep peacefully in the long slumber of death. You buried them both, and a new day arose. The sun rose upon that grisly scene of undeath. But you picked yourselves up and kept pressing on. Tess, the great-great-granddaughter of Eberim, the Fallen, gave you a wagon and said she would stay behind at the cottage to tend to things and also to divine what might be going on in the greater scheme of things. These restless spirits were setting her on edge. So you took the wagon, and you took the magic items, and you took the turtle that had been hiding out in the attic that you found on the road earlier, and you headed out to Seven Gates.
We didn't take them. They were given to us.
You headed out to Seven Gates, and you made it to the big city with not too much eventful stuff on the road happened. You found a small box that had a dead mouse in it. That was a little weird. You made it to Seven Gates, and immediately half of the party went to get some food, and half of the party went to the guard captain, the Seven Gates Defense Force, to try and deliver the letter to Alaron, captain of the Heavy Lance Brigade. You learned that Captain Alaron was out on a mission and would not be back for several days, but you also saw the wanted bounty board next to the Seven Gates Defense Force. You took note of the bounty board. The two other adventurers who went to get some food sat by Rolando Lake, and Furby, with a newfound ability of water creature transformation, transformed into an octopus, and swum down in the deep blue water.
So cool.
I backflipped into that freaking drink.
Yeah.
Swam down into the lake and found some ruins that were in the surprisingly deep lake. Saw some dangerous-looking fish. So you went back up, rendezvoused with the rest of the folks, got some backup. Olna and Britt had methods of breathing underwater, so they went down under the water with you. Doran stayed back and watched the wagon. The three underwater fought off some fish and then explored the ruins, found some oysters that Olna seemed to think that they were sensitive to the daylight, and so they wouldn't reveal any of their secrets while the sun shone. Meanwhile, on the surface, unbeknownst to the rest of the party, which was going on in pure text DMing between Kaz and myself, Doran...
Some booger stories happened?
Doran...
Yeah, we got filler.
Doran saw a strange kid who was staring at him weirdly on the surface, and as the kid stared at him, he was picking his nose, and he picked a booger out of his nose, and then the booger levitated up off his finger and towards Doran. Doran started backing away, but the kid was following him. And as the kid was chasing him with the booger, all of a sudden the kid looked around and looked anxious about something, and the booger dropped to the ground, and the kid started running away. Doran, thinking this was a little odd, gave pursuit, but the hustle and bustle of the crowd around the lake made it difficult to pursue the kid. While he was trying to see where the kid went, he noticed a strange man who was also looking...
Wait a second. What?
This all happened.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Kaz, don't
Sorry.
tell us any of this.
Completely unaware.
I
This
read
is
it today,
news.
and I was like, did I miss this part?
Doran noticed a strange man who also seemed to be searching and looking for something as the throngs of people blocked his way. So Doran engaged in a conversation with this man. The man said that he was looking for his son, and he wondered if Doran had seen any strange kids around. Doran said no, he hadn't, but he'd keep his eyes out. And as the man was walking away, Doran noticed that he was walking in such a way that he was trying to hide a limp. But Doran, with his high perception, noticed that he was trying to hide the limp. And so he went back up to the man and made nice with him and said, "Hey, if I find your son, where should I find you?" And the guy said, "I've got a room at the Somerset Lodge. You can find me there. Thanks a bunch for looking for my son." And Doran said, "No problem." After that, the group reconnoitered, reconvened on the
I
shores.
also told that guy I was opening a school.
Oh yeah, he told the guy that Doran was
Right.
opening a school of swordsmanship in town. And the guy, oh yeah, that's right. Now it's coming back to me. The guy said that might be a worthwhile endeavor to
Kind of investors.
to invest in, be an entrepreneur of that kind of endeavor. I forgot about that part. Thank you, Kaz, for reminding me about that. And so Doran making business deals, keeping an eye on possible suspects in Seven Gates. So you have reconvened on the shores of Rolando Lake. It is late afternoon, probably 4:30, 5-ish. What do y'all want to do?
The dwarf at the defense force said that Alaron wouldn't be back for a couple days, right?
Correct.
Well, he hasn't shown back up. I'm concerned about Malaron. That was our entire intent for coming.
No,
down.
he was just on a patrol, and he's coming. He just was out on a patrol, and he's coming back. Suppose that's what the dwarf said. It wasn't anything like.
Nothing suspicious going on.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm thoroughly interested in my underwater endeavors. So if we want to prepare for that, we can go down there.
you did that already.
No, but we
have
couldn't
to
open
go
the oysters
back.
because the sun.
Uh,
We got to go back at night.
In
Uh,
the darkness.
does
Or
Doran
maybe
tell us
sneak out
about
somewhere that
the?
knows.
yeah.
Okay.
Or the telepathic booger kid.
Well, the guy was alarmingly similar to someone a bounty description, right?
Yeah, and the bounty was
Not
known for
less-
kidnapping. So maybe he's.
Wanted for kidnapping, human male.
Booger Kid was
Distinct.
trying to.
Are we trying
save
to
himself.
assist him in kidnapping, or are we trying to stop him from kidnapping?
We're going
You all
undercover.
decide.
We're
But yes.
following Doran's lead.
Yeah,
Doran,
I think
what are we
unless
doing
it's
about that?
absolutely nighttime, then I'll just wait to do my underwater adventure later.
Oh yeah, we got notes.
And also, Furby burned both of your wild shapes underwater, so they come back
That's
after
just a short rest, baby.
a short rest. Really cool.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I mean, I can handle it myself, probably. Me and Britt.
I will take a short
Yeah.
walking rest while we're walking around.
But yeah, so I tell everyone about my filler adventure that also just had one bit of main story plot in it, so you actually have to watch that episode.
There's 12 episodes of One Piece to get that one bit.
So fuck. I also sent those other kids on a fucking wild goose chase, so I need them to be able to find the booger kid.
Maybe he's got friends.
Yeah, because what happened was the kids came up to me. There was a bunch of them, and I sent them on a wild goose chase to get them the fuck away from me. And the one booger kid wouldn't leave me alone.
Well, what made him run away? Did he see the guy with the limp, or did he something call out to him? Or
I'm assuming he must have saw the guy because the guy was also in hot pursuit of young boy. But yeah, I
did
told
we
these
have anyone
kids
that we could get more information about this bounty guy from?
Right.
Like,
I don't know that I trust him.
well, I mean, we just could use more information, like who reported him as a kidnapper, or
I mean,
like,
we
we
could go
can
back
go-
to
It was the bounty is probably from, the defense force.
yeah, we can go to the defense force and ask them about it.
I would like to do research on the events of the comet, the talking broodmother, the old man and the Deathlock attack. I wonder if there's any sort of connection.
Well, what I didn't recognize fully at first is that like Alaron's apparently doing missions out in the Strandwoods, and I guess we skirted the Strandwoods as we came in. That's where the nighttime specter fight happened.
Actually, Olna would like to go and visit her church. If there's, I know that they're all here because it's the city of the seven gates. But yeah, that's what Olna would like to do.
Only can do that. Just to give you a little bit of a waypoint, much like Covenant, Seven Gates also has a notice board. You found
Yep.
you found the bounty board, but the notice board is also something that would probably catch your interest as you're going about town. So there is the notice board in your journal now.
Yo!
It has events that say the Fisherman's Consortium, paying big money for big fish, visit our trading post and gear up for the next big voyage. The Waterfront, bring the whole family for a day of fun at the waterfront. Food, music, games of skill, and chance. The Waterfront has something for everyone. Wanted, private security for the Midsummer Festival stage. See Umfirth Dampshore for details. Grave diggers needed, 5 copper per hole. Festival of the Falling Star. Come celebrate the heavenly event, sure to be one of the most beautiful in history. And then they add details of festival, which will be held in a month's time to coincide with the appearance of the comet. Games, food, music, entertainment. The whole city will turn into a big party. The Phoenix Egg. Are you tough, fast, magically inclined? Then enter to win big money at the Phoenix Egg. The top-tier combatants receive a guaranteed purse of 1,000 gold. Show them what you're made of. Get rich doing it. A lot of fine print follows this ad. Something about entry positions and survival not guaranteed, plus some sort of liability gibberish. Owlbear Nest, troubling farmers, seeking skilled hunters/trappers to deal with the problem. Report to Horace at Trundle Farm. Treasure hunters needed for a local expedition into potential hostile territory. Only those with a steel will and 1 foot in the grave need apply. Magnificent rewards await those brave enough to venture forth into the inky blackness of the unknown. Seek out the great Maledicto and embrace your destiny. Maledicto's maps, located conveniently at the corner of Chasm Way and Void Street. Last on the notice board, specialized skills required. Tritons and other water breathers needed for specialized investigation. Earn 20 gold plus free ramen. Inquire at Grinning Dragon Ramen.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is that one free ramen or free ramen forever?
I don't see any fine print on this one. We're gonna have to-
Turn the fly.
There's not a comma there to make it, specific.
Curly wants 1,000 gold, but Furby doesn't care for it. Struggles.
I mean, you could always take that money and invest it in some sort of, what's it called? The thing.
I don't know if I want to.
Preservation, reservation, wildlife, restoration.
Or a sword school for children.
It's a good startup cash.
That's what the
fake
skill
school
that children needs is sword skill. But yeah,
that orphanage that Darren's always wanted to start.
Olna
Right.
would like to finish all these quests, but Olna is on the path of devotion to Persona and needs to go to the Church of Persona.
Furby's interested in either resting a little bit and then seeking out this shady gentleman information about him from the police force. Or the owl bear. y'all take a pick from that crap bag.
I'm locked in on cutting someone's head off, so I'm more interested in this wanted list than the fucking notice board at the moment.
Yeah, fair. Yeah,
Really,
no,
you don't want to do the phoenix egg? The
we
combat.
can do it
looks like
after
some
we stop this
Head cutting
kidnapper.
could happen there.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow the fucking. I was going to say path of the shinobi, but I'm trying to be a good samurai boy here, and kidnap children seems like an actual problem.
No, I think Furby wouldn't necessarily just be interested in seeking out things like this, except we already are on the path of it. So Furby's definitely like, oh, this is messing with the natural order of things. Kidnapping's not cool.
I
Bushido,
have to
that's
know
what it's called.
more
God
about
damn
this
it.
floating booger, so I will join. Whatever brings me closer to knowledge about floating boogers, I mean,
It would be great if it's like she just wants to have like that skill to really get cool party tricks
I
at
just
bars.
have to know. I have to know.
So I heard for sure Olna is going to the Temple of the Seven, which is the main religious area. Doran wants to continue investigating the man who was inquiring about the kids. Britt's going with Doran. Furby's going with Doran?
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Olna, you can go to the Temple of the Seven, which is a large temple complex, which is...
You guys take the wagon. I'll walk.
No, I think we just leave it.
No, we're not leaving this wagon.
All
I invested in this
Furby
wagon.
will drive this wagon then.
No,
Doran's
no.
special wagon.
You drive from the back.
Olna walks away. Olna's walking away.
I Furby is going to canonically every time there's an opportunity try to take the wheels. The reins
Persona
of this thing.
bless these wayward souls.
Olna goes to the Temple of the Seven, which is a large temple complex with areas dedicated to each of the patron deities of the seven major races. Going over to the Temple of Persona, you are welcomed with open arms as a Triton. Of course, the head priest of this temple is a Triton. And they welcome
a shelter of the faithful is my acolyte background.
Yep. They see you are obviously a paladin, and they hold you in high respect. A bunch of the lower level acolytes that are here are kind of pawing at you and in awe of, oh wow, a real paladin. Oh man, I wanted to be a paladin once, but my mom said it was too dangerous, so she sent me here. You couldn't be a paladin. You're dumb as a bucket of rocks. Hey, that's not very cool. Kids, you know.
Religious kids. Bless all of your hearts.
Well,
if
Persona-
you believe in yourself, Persona will guide you.
Persana's not exactly like loving and caring. Persana's just like the guardian of the depths, yo. So these kids aren't taught like, you know, Jesus.
Yeah.
Not a pushy god like
Yeah.
Jesus.
like our good Christians that we have nowadays.
Not a
Oh,
freaking
God.
douche
So
in here like that
welcoming and
Jesus.
loving of
Whoa!
Fuck your God.
What does your god do? Carpentry? Ha!
I would follow any of the D&D gods before I would ever follow the Jesus god.
Carpentry, what a joke.
Such a D&D
Here goes
thing.
the.
Oh,
He made
he's
a
a god of carpentry
so
and
yeah.
A
shit.
few people logged
They're
off
good.
just now.
Guys, I made one cup.
I can make
There
a
goes
table
that
real quick.
Bible ad we were gonna get.
Yo, I can teach you to fish. All right, God.
What were you hoping to accomplish? Anything in particular here, Olna?
My first task is to take time and
Water into wine.
I want to plead with Persona for guidance and maybe a glimpse at what's at if there's any connection, or I'm trying to sense a feeling. So I will spend time praying for guidance.
Roll a religion check.
Religion, I feel it in my bones. It's in my body.
14 religion check.
Persona.
As you are praying to Persona, you as you're praying to Persona, you kind of rearrange some of your gear, and as you're rearranging some of your gear, you see a pocket of water that was from the lake that had been just kind of trapped in some odd corner of your gear, kind of splooshes out and onto your foot. and you kind of have an insight that this might be some sort of sign. The water from the lake.
Wow. Persona, thank you for your showing me. Yeah, that's awesome. And then I'd like to talk to the eldest of the keepers of Persona that is here.
Yes, it is
Not eldest, but the highest ranking,
Yeah.
preferably.
the priestess in charge of this temple is one of the ones who greeted you. Yes, you can talk to her. What would you like to know, my child?
Yeah, I'd like to just recant the more harrowing aspects of our journey so far after after Covenant, and hear her thoughts on if these are connected in any way. If she's ever heard of anything like a meteor bringing ill to the land.
She has never. I've never heard any such thing, and in truth, she's like blown away by all these stories because nothing this exciting has ever happened to her, and not really this exciting has ever happened to Seven Gates. The most excitement that they have is the occasional thief or burglar or common urban crime that happens in any big city. And so hearing of like giant spiders and undead, she's like flabbergasted. And let's see, she has roll an unintentional intimidation check.
Oh no,
That's not on my list.
Oh no! Wait, am I using advantage? Sorry.
You were, but either way, she is actually kind of nervous having you in the temple.
Oh boy!
She totally respects you and sees your power, and she's very intimidated by that. And hearing all the stories of what you've done, she's like, "Oh,
I probably have some wounds on me too."
You can kind of tell that she might. She's like the suburban mom who doesn't want trouble in her area.
Yeah. Okay.
With a ruffian that comes by.
Okay, I back off. I'm gonna take. Olna's gonna take this as a sign that maybe things aren't as severe, and maybe obviously there's a lot of work that needs to be done in this town. So
definitely a race thing.
So gonna have to kind of assume that we need more. Yeah, we need more proof if something real serious is happening. It's just a big spider that told us that. So definitely interested in this lake, but obviously there's a lot to do in this town. I'm gonna offer. I'm gonna give 3 gold coins into their whatever it's called, refectory. I don't know what it's called.
That eases her a little bit, and you can, as your shelter of the faithful, you can take advantage of the shelter of the faithful. They will give you shelter.
Nice,
free room and board for you.
Oh, nice. Can I try? No, never mind. They got the hotel. They're good. Cool. I'm gonna try to go meet back up with my friends.
Cool.
My cohorts.
Interesting factoid. D&D is actually trying to get rid of the term race in their game. Trying to rebrand it as some other terminology. Species, kin, folk, whatever. But they're trying to break down the race.
Did I say race?
You did.
I said
well,
race.
Curly
I
did. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That was
just an interesting factoid.
Joke.
I honestly thought you meant like a foot race. That's what I thought I heard.
Hell yeah.
It's just a race to the finish.
Is your foot's race?
While Olna goes to the temple, the other 3, you go back to the defense force? Is that where you're going?
I figure that's the best place to ask about more information on this man.
Yeah, you can go back to the defense force. The wanted board they just post the listings if repeated offenses have come in. And so they had a tip off about this guy. They actually got a kid who escaped from the guy and told them about his name and that he had a limp. And the kid was sketchy on the details, but he definitely told them he was a human male with the limp. He definitely caught his name. And the kid said that he had been living in the kind of the slummish, the city doesn't really have slums per se, but the lower income area is the southeastern quarter with the chasm, the commoners quarter. I forgot what I called it. I have it somewhere, but he lives in that area. And he was picked up by this guy who captured the kid by making, typical kidnapper stuff. He pretended to be his friend. He thought he was gonna give him shelter
This is original.
and help him out. And then he tossed him in a cage. He tossed him in a cage and put the cage in the wagon, and the wagon was trundling about. And as the
A license plate on this thing?
wagon was trundling about town, he could hear the guy talking. Strangely, even though the kid was yelling in the cage, nobody seemed to hear him. And so, since nobody seemed to be helping him, the kid doesn't quite remember how, but the kid got out of the cage and made a mad dash for the Seven Gates Defense Force. The Defense Force took the kid in and took his story and posted the bounty on the wanted board. And then the kid was given to the orphanage, which is in that same quarter. Whether or not the kid wanted to go to the orphanage, you don't know. But the orphanage is...
You said he lived down in that area. I mean, was he just living, or is he like his parents are still missing him?
the Children of Light orphanage is down there. That's number 18. And he was given up to the care of the Children of Light orphanage.
All right. That's where we
so
head.
yeah, because if they don't know any more information, let's go visit the kid.
Yeah.
And then we use the kid as bait.
Always
Where
thinking
there's
on your
original.
toes.
Right.
Now it's kind of getting to be late evening time.
The sun is down?
Sun is going down. Sun is low on the horizon.
Kirby wants to prep for this water. I can do it alone. It's fine.
I'm not
I mean, really, because when we went down there, I was a little scared of the fishies, but they really weren't that dangerous. They were just like territorial. So
Steve, you said I knew about the eels. How much do I know about these eels if I thought on it?
Those eels, you rolled whatever you rolled at the time. Oh wait, you saw the burrows in the coral, and you surmised that eels lived in those burrows. You didn't actually see any of the eels, so you can't really get a specific notion of what specific species they are. But you ascertained generally eels like that make their homes in there, and they are also kind of nocturnal, and they come out at night to feed. Carnivorous, for sure, carnivorous eels. May or may not be electric.
Sure.
You're unfamiliar with this particular lake, especially a lake which has weird ruins in it.
Okay.
Kirby wants to prepare for going in the water by waiting an hour and just kind of getting my shortest rest on.
Yes, you can take a short rest.
Boop.
Did Britt see the wanted list? Was I there when we? Okay, she can see that.
Doran and Ulna were the ones who actually saw the wanted list.
Okay, never mind.
But
Never mind.
you went to the Seven Gates Defense Force to learn stuff, so you could look at it right now.
I'm looking at it right now. Okay, we're still here.
Yeah.
Who
At the
the
moment.
hell is this Jean Mora Heavy Hand? Counterfeit jewelry. That's a joke. All right, where is she? That's it. Not one of my sisters.
Assault, battery, thief, arson, counterfeiting jewelry.
That
3
sounds like a
fingers
real
missing.
pill.
Yeah.
Counterfeit jewelry. How'd she get away with that? Right, I'm gonna find this woman.
I can't tell
I
if
can
you
wait-
want to get into the business of counterfeit jewelry or if you want to take her down.
I'm feeling a lot of emotions right now, so ask me
can't-
later.
I can make better
Look,
counterfeit
me-
jewelry.
Yeah,
Me and
wait,
Britt
no,
have to
before
follow
you
the
can
way of the
tell.
warrior. We have to be honorable and compassionate and
Kirby's
Yes.
curious and loves nature.
Stuff.
I'm going underwater.
And honest.
yeah, we have to
And
be
true.
honest.
No counterfeit.
Eh.
If I made it counterfeit, you wouldn't even be able to tell. I bet I could tell hers.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Man, actually,
Okay.
I'm gonna be a Ronin. Fuck this shit. Fuck this Bushido shit.
She's a little wound up right now, but she's down to go with to go to the orphanage if that's where. Dorian, do you want to go to this orphanage and figure some crap out.
We can probably wait till the morning.
All right. We'll wait. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm down to meet up with Ferb and dive back into this lake. Since it's kind of where I was directed by Persona, so. But also, who got the note in the jar? Remember that thing we got out of the lake? I think it was Furby, wasn't it?
I did not write that down, even though I wrote everything else down.
Okay, so, I can use my real voice. Okay, we found a glass jar. I believe I have it. And it has letters on it. GR space F space N, then GRE space SE, which looks to me like it should say Griffin grease. But if anyone else has ideas.
It really helps the joints when you rub some Griffin grease on there.
Griffin grease. It's some expensive grease.
What
are
the properties of Griffin grease? It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Right? I mean, it could be something else. How would I find out more about this? Who would know? Would I take it to a library?
Notary?
I
don't know. What is a
potions?
notary? I don't even know what the fuck
No, it's not got any potion in it.
All right, outside of the game, completely out of character. Don't Google Griffin grease. It's not a good time.
We can hear you. We can hear the keys being struck.
No, that was me.
I heard you
wasn't
press the
looking up
bookmark,
Griffin grease.
but
Yeah, I have the glass jar. We're still at the what is the name of the place we're at with the people who put up the one for the defense force? Anyone know about a glass jar that looks? Anyone? I hold it out. Any of you? Any idea where I would take this?
Furby would like to roll if he has any knowledge of the Griffin jar.
Roll a. I mean, are you opening it and examining it? What are you doing with it?
Furby is looking hard introspective at it while it's inside of Britt's hands. I'm just like up close, kind of staring at it.
Olna says that we should return it. We should give it to Lost and Found. That's what Olna says.
Lost and Found. This ain't a mall.
I'm inspecting without touching.
It's not meant for us just because we found it, and
You get splashed by water and you think it's a god. Maybe this was one of your gods.
All right, that's it.
Okay, well, first, hold on a second. Take
my
it easy
hand
there,
is
buddy.
on the cork.
My face is right next to this.
I
my
spoke
next
my
right
piece.
next to this jar.
Do what you will with it.
Oh no.
Furby, roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, that's gonna be me. Well, this wise old bear. Is that?
It is a glass jar that looks like it has been underwater for many years. The lid is kind of rusted. You don't know if you could open it if you wanted to open it.
Challenge accepted.
The substance inside seems to be a thick, viscous paste of some sort that is blackish brown in color.
So maybe a potions place would be a good place to take it.
Does it look tasty?
It does not look appetizing. I mean, I don't know what furbolgs really find appetizing, but it does not look appetizing.
With all of my understanding of nature, does it seem natural?
You don't know.
Or concoction.
You
like
What if it actually is Griffin grease?
Right?
We're so smart.
Can't tell
if
it's natural or not by just looking at
I
it.
don't know if it's natural, Britt.
What if someone was fermenting Griffin grease like they work at the goddamn
Britt, maybe it's some kind of booze. A nice dark hazy
Maybe it's
IPA.
like an old port.
Didn't they say they wanted ingredients over?
Someone was buying ingredients for things.
The ramen place. Specialized skills, tritons, and water breathers needed for specialized investigation. Urge 20 for free ramen. Inquire at the Grinning Dragon Ramen. What if it is literally some like fermented stuff for like some soy sauce
grease is like
of
a
grease
soy sauce.
of Griffin?
Laundering.
Yeah.
Dude, you ever put some Griffin grease on your ramen, man?
Let's hold. Don't open it. Maybe
I
it's
won't.
maybe we'll take it there, but let's while we have the night on our side, we should definitely investigate this lake.
Go
Now that you
investigate the
said
one.
ramen, I'm happy to wait. Okay,
Booze
I
and
put it
ramen.
back. I put it back in my many monk pockets, and I'm ready to go.
Well, I mean, if they're still open, maybe Doran can take it over while we're diving deep. If
Doran's
Oh,
Doran's
still
that's a
wanna-
good idea.
Doran's not gonna
I
wanna
guess
jump.
someone's got to watch the wagon.
Well, Doran could come with us. We do have the potion of water breathing for an hour.
We do.
But we will. We might get our stuff jacked.
Mm-mm.
What say you, Doran?
I'll check out the ramen place for you guys.
Well,
Take
I
the
mean,
Griffin Grease.
it's for you too. Okay, so we're a team.
Yeah.
What if the ramen
Alright.
place just says go get the oysters under the freaking ruins in the water?
Oysters.
Oysters.
Well, then we'll know.
I don't know if
Furby's
if-
curious. I'm going to the water.
I don't know if Persona is trying to guide me to help a ramen shop. Okay, I think there's something more to this lake.
Furby
than
chuckles at Persona.
I hand
Persona
the
accepts your chuckle.
glass jar
Chuckle.
to Doran. All right, take this to them, but don't just hand it over. I'd like to know more about it.
Of course.
Okay,
Great.
so you all head towards the lake once again.
Mhm.
We'll say you can take a short rest if anybody wanted to burn
Hit
hit
it.
dice if you needed to. I don't know if anybody.
Oh, keep the jar. We might need it later for milk or something. Sorry.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
That's the Zelda talking.
Clean out your mason jars.
So yeah, you head back that way, and do you three just go right in? Do you split? At the
I go
ramen
up to
shop
the
or what?
bridge, and Furby does
I
a
give-
cannonball.
I give Britt the candle of the deep. And how many times can I use this dang thing? The candle of the deep before it's like a real
Oh,
candle.
I don't need it. I have my cap.
No, I know the candle of the deep is well, I guess you have night.
Oh,
night
it's
dark
for
vision,
light.
but it's a light
for
source. Yeah.
Oh.
It says
Mm.
it burns like a regular candle. So you lit it in the
I've
spider
used it-
cave for a little bit. You lit it. You haven't.
I've used it
expunged its
twice.
usage.
Well, I'm okay to use it this time too. If this has to be the last of it. Or
Is anyone
whatever.
just able to cast light? Do we not have a light?
I cannot.
I do not either. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have light. Maybe I do. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
we are
in my
missing some of the
Divine
staples.
Sacred Oath. Turn the unholy.
I mean, I can see.
I mean, to me,
60 feet.
deep underwater, I imagine while I don't have night vision is kind of normal to me. So it's probably just like dark, like the nighttime.
Let's see. What phase is the moon in right now?
Where is Jupiter?
Touche.
It's
Touche.
it is a waxing crescent. So, mechanically speaking, if you go under the water at night, you expect it to be total darkness.
Okay. Let's burn that candle.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
So Doran is going to
Wait, I'm dumb. We took a short rest. I can take. No, I don't have light. Okay. In my paladin spells.
and you prepare paladin spells with a long rest, FYI.
Oh, my bad.
So you three can go to the lake, and then Doran can go to the ramen shop.
Mm-hmm.
As you three go, you three will go into the lake and begin swimming. Doran can go to the ramen shop. As you approach the ramen shop, it is evening time, getting into nighttime.
Hustle and bustle.
So this is getting to be dinner time because like the sun just went down. You are freshly dark nighttime, and so it is prime time here. You see that the wait is 2 hours. 2 hours to get served in the ramen shop.
Okay. Is there any workers walking around that I could try to grab their attention so I can ask about the notice that they put on the notice board?
If you're not there for food, then you can go to the front of the line and try and grab the attention of some workers. Roll.
You're gonna make me fight somebody. Okay.
Just roll a intimidation check.
Intimidation check. Hold on, let me get to my sheet. Intimidation.
Oh yeah. You go up to the front of the line and you see some people who look kind of incensed, kind of like, "What's that guy doing? Why isn't he going to the back of the line? How dare he?" Blah, 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 but nobody makes a move against you. And so you go up to the front where the orders are being taken, and you can inquire about the notice from the notice board. And as you're inquiring, one of the workers, they're all halflings in there. One of the halflings says, "Oh, yeah, you hear about the notice. Hey, boss, somebody responded to your ad." And the halfling that is skillfully, dexterously, deftly making the noodles for the ramen takes a break, and he says, "Oh, sorry, everybody. This will delay ramen by another half an hour." And there's a big old groan from everybody in line. Ah! And the halfling comes out and says, "Everybody, all right, everybody, that's lunch." And all the workers just kind of stop working, and ramen production ceases.
What?
So he takes you out back of the shop and says, "Ah, yes. So you were inquiring about my notice on the notice board. What's your name?" "Doran." "Excellent." You tell him your name. "And my name is Ebby. I run the Grinning Dragon Ramen. Have you sampled our wares as of yet?"
Yes, we have.
"Have you?" "You haven't."
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Britt
No, that was
and
Britt.
Furby.
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You did not.
No, I have not.
Well,
Kirby snuck you out a spoonful.
then you,
Noodle.
my
Just a
friend,
handful of furball.
are in for a treat if you can complete this curious task I have for you. You see, he takes a look at you for a second, and he gives you kind of a look of confusion, and then he kind of shakes it off. "Well, I'm sure it's fine. You see, I work long hours, as you might have guessed. My ramen shop is immensely popular." He's a little bit proud of that fact. "And
Yeah.
as you can see, the lines go around the corner.
I'm very
and
unimpressed.
last for a very long time, and people wait around until all wee hours of the morning. But I've noticed, for a while now, that after I close up the shop and everybody's gone home and the city is quiet, I go to relax by sitting next to the bank of Rolando Lake. And I notice something curious. I don't know if anybody else notices it, but me, with my keen eye and keen senses for uniqueness in the world, I can see there's something under the water. I can detect a very faint bluish, greenish, whitish glow down there. And for the life of me, I can't figure out what it is. I have to know what it is. Is it treasure? Is it a ghost? Is it some booger man? What could it be?
What?
And so I want somebody to investigate that and figure out what's causing this weird glow.
I have people with specialty that could investigate that for you.
People, huh? Not just you? He looks around. Where are these people?
I am the one speaking.
Well, I can't offer you more payment than I can see. So if you're taking the job on, I can only make a payment to you, sir.
Yeah.
Individual,
While he's
singular.
doing all this yammering, I pull out the bottle and set it down. Are we sitting at a table? On the table.
Yeah, you can be at the table.
Yeah.
He thinks you're just like... He doesn't make any notice of it.
Okay. This is something they have recovered so far. They are on another expedition down into the lake to recover more things.
Oh, well, does this glow? He picks it up and starts looking at it and shaking it. He tries to take the lid off.
I grab it from him.
Well, is that it? Is it glow? Is that what's doing it?
Once we find out, you will know more.
You mean you don't even know?
Do you?
No! That's why I'm thinking about hiring you. If you don't...
Okay.
Yeah, you... He's...
As I said, I have people with a specialty that can acquire the things down there We will take time to know what they are. More payment may be needed, depending on the items.
Well,
True samurai.
I'm only off. I didn't say I necessarily wanted the item. I just wanted to know what the heck is going on with it. If you show me what's going on there, or prove that you know what's going on down there, then I'll pay you the 20 gold. But only 20 gold. Blink. Blink, blink.
Click.
Crickets
Cricket
begin
noise.
chirping.
I begin to gather my things.
Doran has shut down.
The 20 gold will suffice, but we will also take more. We will also require food for the time that it takes
Oh,
us
yeah,
for our
of
journey.
course. That was part of the ad. Yeah, I'll give you a bunch of free ramen, of course.
Deal.
Okay, then. Shake on it.
I extend my hand.
What's your strength score?
Strength is...
Roll a
Where is
strength.
it? Where
Roll a
is it?
strength check. Just roll a strength check.
Where is it? I'm blind.
He is very impressed with your handshake. Is like a limp noodle.
Okay. I would feel like he would have a stronger handshake, being that he tosses pots around all day making ramen.
I don't make the rules. I just roll the dice.
Just
Okay.
make the
All right. Yeah. So I walk away.
All right. Good luck.
Deal
I'll be
made.
here selling lots and lots of ramen for lots and lots of money.
Okay.
Meanwhile, under the water,
Meanwhile, at the Justice League,
Cannonball turn into a form of Furby's a giant seahorse now.
giant seahorse, you say?
Mm-hmm. Links in Dynamite D&D General.
Can I ride you in the water?
Some have been known to use giant seahorses as mounts. Aquatic elves, if you will, according to Roll20.
Giant seahorse. Let's see.
Large beast, unaligned, stat blocks in the check. I'm just going down the list of druid shapes. Okay, I'm gonna try them all.
Gotta catch them all.
Giant seahorse. Giant seahorse. You definitely have seen regular seahorses. I don't know if you've seen a giant seahorse yet.
Nature, put my head around.
Roll a nature check.
All right. Boom. That's 18.
All right. You've seen a giant seahorse in your time.
Mm-hmm. And I am now coming to realize that Curly has no idea how a seahorse sounds. So, nay?
it's more of a gurgle.
Gurgle nay?
Gurgle may.
Now I can't stop thinking about snorks.
Go. So there's Furby, Olna, Pruitt. You should have control of that seahorse.
Is Olna honest to goodness mounting the seahorse?
If you'll have me.
Furby, absolutely.
Yeah. I straddle that beast.
That was pretty
Just
good.
like home.
I imagine this. I have no idea what Triton lifestyle's like. It's just seahorses.
I grew up on a seahorse farm. I was.
Is the Little Mermaid, but there's seahorses.
I
And
do
fish.
like I do some side swimming with it. I make it stand on its never
We
mind. I'm
do,
gonna stop. I don't really know how to translate.
We're definitely
horse trick.
doing loopies and barrel rolls and
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right. So you swim down.
Jump giant seahorse dressage.
Yeah. Do I have reins?
No, you have nothing.
and like a bit?
No, you've not gotten any tack.
I got you by the mane.
Seahorse shoes?
So you swim down into the blackness of the underwater lake bed, and you find the ruined area again. And excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze.
See, at this point, I don't think I have any way to see more than
Ew.
a average horse.
So you get down. You've got the light of the candle. That is very short radius of the candle light that is centered on Brit. I believe it's 10 feet regular, 10 feet dim. So we'll give Brit an aura of 20 feet. That's candlelight for Brit, dim light on the outskirts. As you get near the ruined area, you are now under the waters, and you can see, excuse me, you can see that the oysters are open, and within the oysters, from a distance, you can see that they have something inside of them that is emanating 3 distinct light colors. One of them is blue, one of them is white, and one of them is... What color was my last one? I want to say green. Yeah.
I felt we saw something with these same colors, right? Was it on the outside that we noticed the colors, or was there something
on the outside? They were red, yellow, and blue.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I remember because they were primary.
It's the same colors as whatever I said before. I didn't write it down.
But they're emanating the same light that was on the outside.
Yeah.
I wrote primary oysters open at night.
Red, yellow, and blue.
So as you get closer to about here, as you get closer to there, when you get that close,
Am I supposed to see something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have.
Oh,
the-
shoot.
Map.
Yeah, my
Alright.
map
You
hasn't
see
changed.
7 gates.
there you go. When you get that close to the platform, you see that all of the algae and the seaweed and the plant life that was covering every square inch of the surface of these ruins begins to swirl and shift and creates some sort of a whirlpool surrounding the pillars. Let me draw a shape of some sort. Draw shape. Polygon? Line? Whatever. I'm going to draw it. Green for algae and such. Blanc. Oh, man. I'm drawing this shape. Freehand. Freehand. Come on, roll 20. We can do it. There we go.
There it is.
Spaghetti monster?
Yes, as you approach, the clumps of algae stirs and swirls about, creating some sort of vortex surrounding the oysters. And as the vortex rises up, so too does a humanoid form. You see rises up from underneath the algae. Let me get my assets.
Rising up out of the algae.
It looks like a woman.
Kirby's intrigued.
What kin is she?
Right?
Is she good at a foot race?
Is a woman.
Well, weird.
And it seems to be perhaps an elf or maybe a half elf, definitely of the elven descent. And the woman appears surrounded by the algae, and she sees you approaching, and she speaks in a crystalline voice that is music to your ears. 100 years have I slept, guarding the treasure I cannot touch. Speak the words to release me from this undying bondage, or else flee For terrible shall my madness be, should you venture any closer.
So we probably need the inscription inside of the bottle. Or
I speak the words griffin grease.
Furby can only speak seahorse, so
She floats
Speak the word.
there, staring back at you without a word.
Dang.
Man. Okay.
Does she by looking at her and getting a good view of her? Can I get any like passive perception on details about her? Like maybe she's wearing some garb from a different age or something.
Her garb is definitely not of the current era. It does not look like something that would be worn by an aquatic race. Her form seems to be, it appears to be a solid form. Roll a perception check.
ain't
13. Stand by. There. Wait. Yeah, there it is.
my
Yes.
perception.
Yes. Yeah, she looks like a solid flesh and blood being that is simply floating in the water, surrounded by the clumps of algae and seaweed. They wrap around her sinuously, almost as if she's a part of them and they are a part of her.
I introduce myself and wait for a response. And you are, and okay.
She speaks, "I have no memory of my life above. I know not even my own name, nor where I came from, nor why I cannot touch this treasure. All I know is the madness, should you draw closer."
Okay, so I definitely think that we should. I suggest that we return, and we get more information, if we can. We use our scholarly skills to research further into this matter before we disrupt some sleeping curse.
I'm assuming Furby has a hard feeling that this is absolutely unnatural.
I nod my head.
Okay.
I seahorse nay.
Nay, you say?
I mean,
Nay or yay? What did you
positive
say?
yay, seahorse.
Yeah, so
Seahorse,
I'm gonna.
seahorse.
That's my suggestion. It sounds like the party is in agreement, so I think we're gonna back out.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
head
do a
back up.
a hard turn.
Head back up to Seven Gates. Well, the city. You head back up to the city.
And once again, I breach the I breach the water and turn into a normal Furby with Ulna still on me.
As you return, you see Doran sitting at a table nearby,
Enjoying ramen.
not enjoying ramen. The proprietor has gone back to his shop, and Doran is sitting and waiting for you.
Hello.
Doran.
Hello?
Did you
I
find
filled
out
them
more about the
in-
griffin grease?
Yeah, I filled him in on all the stuff that he didn't say anything, but whatever we can let him know about what's going on in the deep, he'll just give us the money and food for the time being.
So crazy siren underwater.
There's a lady down there. She can't touch the treasure. We have to say a secret phrase, or we go mad.
It turns out it wasn't griffin grease. We tried that, in case you're wondering.
Well, I'm remembering I found that bottle just by searching around, and it wasn't like in the middle of the pillars with the oysters. It was like off in a crack somewhere. Could be unrelated.
Well, then, if
And there are ruins from a long, long, long time ago. And I don't know anyone. We haven't met anyone that might know more about that. There's like a.
we need to find a historian of some sort.
So I've mapped out a couple of places that might be of interest. There's the Great Library and the money laundering down the street from us.
And we also have the orphanage of 1,000 children.
Well, yeah, we're going to do that and daylight.
Okay, where's the lost and found? Did you find that?
Furby's not a
Doran?
reader, I guess. I wouldn't really care for the library.
Well,
Someone smarter than me's got to check that one out.
Oh, wait. There's also...
Forgot Furby has a flute. Can I just play my flute now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the library, and I'm going to take if I will take if the
bottle?
ramen shop didn't want the jar, I'm gonna take it and
all right. So Doran will hand over the jar to Ulna. It is now in Ulna's hands.
and then I'm gonna go to the library. Does anyone want to come with me? Who?
It is
Furby's going
For
with
the
you.
research.
You surmise that the library will be closed.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, it's nighttime. Okay.
Library's
gotcha.
closed?
What was the other place?
I was thinking about the money laundering place to ask about the two people that we were looking for, because I figure somebody making fake jewelry would hit up the money launderer at least once or twice.
Money
Oh,
lender. Money
lending.
lender.
Money lending.
I was about to say, I was like, oh,
The money
oh,
lending
money.
for money
I was like-
laundering.
Why would you put that on a sign outside of your building? Like it's
Oh, but,
Young Veezy's money
Veezy.
laundering.
VZ is a respected appraiser and can assign value to mysterious and magical objects. So maybe it'd be a good place to take the bottle, too.
I'm not sure if I want to profit off of somebody's misplaced goods.
Sorry, Kaz, I just saw your message. Did you actually want to head there while they were underwater?
Nah. This is better.
I mean, there's the trade house also.
Right.
So many activities.
Yeah, I mean, you got a 33
I know
option list
what
here,
I'm
my
going
man.
to do. I'm going to the library for
Yeah,
research.
let's do the library and the money
Yeah,
lending.
and Furby's not intelligent, so Furby just walks up to the library thinking it's going to be open, and then it jiggled the door handle. Like, I guess
mean-
it's closed, Olna.
I guess the if we can figure out more about what the jar is from the money lender. If we can figure out more about the origin of the jar from the money lender, but I am not interested in trying to make a profit on
We
somebody.
just go to Jake's
Hey,
kidnapping lounge.
But maybe he'll just have some knowledge, and then we don't have to sell it at all.
Or we can just go have a drink at the tavern, Britt.
Oh, that's an idea.
We'll just meet
Well,
someone.
I
there.
figure the money lending and the library are going to be closed.
I feel like
for the
nighttime
evening.
activity-wise, everyone's at
True.
their shops closed. We could just meet someone in a tavern and just spend the rest of the night. At least maybe
I think
bumping
that's
elbows with
Well,
people in this town.
You
Yeah.
guys can do that. I'm going to.
Thinking about that Griffin grease drink has gotten me a thirst.
Starry Night
Actually, let's
Armory.
go. I want to go to the rusty breastplate.
Can we lock arms and
Breastplate.
skip off to the
No,
tavern?
but yeah, I will bring our trusty carriage over to the rusty breastplate.
I heard it's good. Someone in line at the ramen place told me to check it out.
Sounds like Britt and Doran are going to the Rusty Breastplate. Ulna is going to the temple.
Yep.
And Furby is...
Playing a flute,
Fluting right off to the Bros Tavern.
skipping behind Doran and Britt.
Also
Flooting
going
around.
with Doran and Britt. Okay. So Ulna
You got
can...
No,
you
he
got
said-
furry hobbit feet as a fur.
He's saying he wanted to go to the Bros Tavern.
Is the Rusty Breastplate
sorry,
a
never mind.
tavern?
Bro-
Sorry. It sounds like it could be where you just make armor.
No, it's a tavern. And
Okay.
It's really popular.
Furby's not
apparently.
smart. Okay.
Get your ass in the back of the wagon.
I
and
hear
jump.
that the
Are any
beer
of us?
is really
Do any of
good.
us have any intelligence? Because I'm at.
That's my -1 stat.
Let me see.
Okay.
We're a bunch of dummies.
I'm at 1, dog.
Okay, you're the leader.
You're the smartest one here.
One. So
Wait,
Yeah, I will do what I'm told. I'm getting in the back of the wagon. I've learned not to cross Doran.
Ulna goes back to the temple, and you're just gonna hit the hay for the night? Prepare
No,
spells,
I'm gonna
possibly?
Yes, but I'd like to spend time writing down
Level 5.
characters as well in my novel, my book.
Yep.
Actually, I would like to say I have a scrappy notepad. I am definitely in the market for a nice fancy book that I can start transcribing my stories. So that's what I'll be. If I ever have any free time from questing, I will be searching for a nice book to
A
start.
nice piece of parchment.
All right.
F yeah.
The rest of you go to the Rusty Breastplate, which is the most popular tavern in the city, frequented by laborers, field hands, travelers, caravan guards, etc., etc.
I
Can
bet
I
you
have
the
a roll
local kids have a blast scraping off the word plate on the sign.
Is there any way to organize the spells like in to change their order in the spells list, or do I have to rewrite them?
I don't know. That's a Roll20 feature that I have not done.
There is if you go to the lock icon, you can there's like a drag thing, but it
Yeah.
doesn't seem to work.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know anything
Okay.
about it.
Okay, maybe we'll do a Google search.
Definitely
But
doesn't
yeah,
work.
the Rusty Breastplate is a bumpin'. It is drinking time for many, many people. They've got plentiful food that's cheap, beer that's rich and nutty. The house specialty is a series of fey wines. And there's a bunch of games of chance, darts, arm wrestling, minstrelsy going around in the smoky tavern.
Furby would like to get whatever is the most like local, if that's the house special with some of those Fey wines, I'd be down for whatever is the most like locally sourced Fey wine.
Farm
Well-
to table.
Yeah.
The fey
Just to
wine.
get a taste of the area.
The fey wine is definitely not local. It is the good stuff that gets imported from the elves.
Yeah, I would ask the bartender for something that's just something that's made here, maybe by a local brewer, something made of natural local ingredients,
Yeah, they have
earthy.
they have a brew that they make in house that you can buy.
7 Gates IPA.
Yeah, you can buy a mug of that for 6 copper pieces if you want it.
Absolutely. And then Furby just scans the crowd for anything interesting.
Plenty of stuff going on. Lots of people in there. There's a minstrel playing in the corner. Like I said, there's a bunch of bar games, darts, people playing dice, people doing some other card games, some arm wrestling.
Furby would be interested in observing people playing the games, card games and dice and whatnot. Just
Roll a
interesting.
perception check.
Bring it. Ah, yeah, nice 9.
You're looking at a bunch of people just having a good time.
Sounds very Furby.
some of them get mad at their losses, but it's all in good fun. There's nobody particularly angry. No roughhousing beyond friendly roughhousing.
Yep, Furby's definitely an observer, just soaking it in, just seeing how people react to each other, and just fitting in.
Doran and Britt, anything in particular?
I'd like a beer.
Regular beer mug, 4 copper. Fancy one or fancy local stuff for 6 copper.
I'll take a fancy local stuff, please.
Get some fancy local beer.
And I'd like to just ask where the owner of this fine establishment is.
The owner is a dwarf who is named Lily Diamondback. Or, sorry. Yes. Dwarf is named Lily Diamondback. She runs the tavern with her family. She's got her wife, Orha, and their children.
Is she here
Yeah.
tonight?
Yeah, she is here, and she mostly works the kitchen in the back.
All right. I just had a thought that maybe she knows about Jin Mora. But I'll just drink my beer for a bit. Chat up whoever is behind the bar back.
Roll a perception check, Brit.
You got it.
That was
oops.
with disadvantage. Turn off disadvantage for whatever reason.
Okay. Doing
That
it.
drink hit you hard.
I'm already tripping over myself.
17. You can see that the group of people who are arm wrestling are loud and boisterous, and they're telling stories about how strong they are and how they're going to make it big at the Phoenix Egg. They apparently are combatants in the Phoenix Egg, and they're just kind of bragging to anybody who will listen how cool they are, how strong they are, how they're going to get rich quick, because nobody can take on their manliness.
Ooh.
Really? No one can. It's interesting.
Taking on manliness is my middle name.
I also walk over to this.
So yeah, they're arm wrestling, and you two come up. The current match is between a large, hairy man and a calm-looking, blonde-haired, green-eyed half-elf.
Who's winning?
Half-elf?
The half-elf wins the current match. And
Alright.
as he wins, he says, "You're gonna have to do better than that if you want to make it big in the Phoenix Egg, where only the bravest and most hardy warriors are able to make it big."
Alright. So how do you get to be in this Phoenix Egg?
Ha! Do I have another challenger? And he puts his arm down on the table.
Are you saying if I beat you here, I could beat you in the Phoenix Egg?
That's what I'm saying.
Alright, what do I have to put down to play?
5 gold pieces. And the crowd's like, whoa.
I put him down.
Roll an athletics check.
Rolling athletics. Oh, first I need to change this to my...
FYI, you guys, you can reorder spells, but it can't be. You can't do it while your character sheet is popped out.
There it is. I was going to suggest using Firefox or something like that.
It is pitifully easy how fast and easy his arm goes down. Slam it on the table.
Pitifully easy. How pitifully
you didn't even lock hands yet.
fucking weak ass baby meat for an arm.
I didn't know you had a noodle for an arm.
And his arm
God,
slams
Leslie.
down, and he cries out in surprise and pain. Ugh! Ugh! I am bested. It looks
You are
like
level 4.
you might have what it takes to make it big in the Phoenix Egg. And he gives a
Yeah,
flourish, and
flourish.
everybody around is like, whoa! Here's your winnings. You definitely have what it takes to make it big in the Phoenix Egg.
Alright, how much do they pay you to promote the Phoenix Egg?
Shut up!
You getting baited.
I'll take my winnings anyways. Thank
Oh, my arm! She almost broke it off. Make sure to come and see people like her in the Phoenix Egg.
Well, that was
Ah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, all the people around you are... Tomorrow, please. Oh, yeah, Bubba. Sorry, got a text from my dad. So all the people around you are like cheering and like, whoa! Oh, you're gonna go to the Phoenix Egg and make it big? Wow! Can I fight with you? We can enter as a team. Hey! Oh man, they let teams enter. Yeah, let me be on your team, lady. Hey!
Sorry. You know, I have a crew, as you might call it. So I'm good, thank you though.
Oh, too good for us, huh? You think you're gonna make it big in the Phoenix Egg without us? Well, we're gonna make our own team and we're gonna take you down. You hear us?
Alright.
Yeah.
You be sure and do that.
Is this like a gladiator thing? Is this something I would know of?
Yes. You know the Phoenix
I mean,
Egg.
you're-
It's the biggest
you're
city
a
in
fighter.
town, the big Coliseum, and the biggest city in the land. Yes, you'd absolutely know about the Phoenix Egg.
Okay. Just trying to have a good understanding of how to approach this.
After observing enough to kind of get the gist of how like everyone's kind of acting and partaking in the games. And after a couple drinks, I think Furby would like to sit down and join in a game of dice.
Game of dice.
Ooh.
Yeah. How
I'm gonna watch.
How much are you willing to lose before you walk away from a table?
Furby has no attachment to money. I would just say, what would be, I guess, the average? I'm just down for the spectacle of it, so like 2 gold, I guess.
People here are mostly dealing in copper, maybe silver.
Okay.
So if you throw
Fair.
out gold, they're gonna be like, "What?"
No, I observing them, I would just kind of match what they see the average is, you know. Just
Okay.
slap down some 10 copper or something.
Roll a d20.
Oh, D20. Boop.
You
That's a critical fail.
you lose. You lose everything you put down over the course of a couple of games, and we'll say
On
you
the first hand.
you put down 10 copper. So yeah, you lose everything over the course of a couple of games.
Yep. And Furby stands up
Oh.
graciously and says, "Thank you for the experience."
Furby.
Oh, you sure you don't want to play again?
I think I've had the experience. I appreciate you allowing me to participate. And
Oh.
I wander over to my friends now. How are you guys?
Well,
I played dice.
An elf.
The,
How'd
I
it
paid
go?
10 copper to play a game of dice.
For some reason, they're trying to get a lot more combatants than normal for the Phoenix Egg this year.
Is this another tournament you guys will need me for?
Maybe. Do you think we should do it?
I follow your advice on this. I do. I care not for the grandeur or trinkets to get won, but I will participate and help any way I can.
Yeah.
Doran, do you think it'd be fun, or is this like a you go in there and you don't come out sort of situation?
I've heard many stories of the Phoenix Egg, but I have not participated in it in myself just yet. I've only been through 7 gates on shorter trips where I haven't been able to participate.
Is it fair for us to participate? We are quite powerful.
You know that the
Normally.
Phoenix Egg does take anybody who wants to fight can totally fight, and they have different types of contests. You can
From over at the dice table, I did hear Britt break someone's arm.
Yeah, they sent out a hype man. He's pretty weak.
Yeah.
but yeah, the Phoenix
Normally-
Egg you can register solo if you want to try solo combat 1-on-1, and there are definitely obviously skill and popularity factors. Obviously, if you go in there as a newcomer, they're not going to put you up with some top billing guy. But you know, the higher the risk, the higher the reward. So their top combatants definitely can go in a duel to the death scenario to win big money.
But they don't have 4-player co-op.
No, you can register as teams. Of course, they're big team fights.
Well, something to keep in mind.
If you need me, you know where to find me.
So the rest of the night passes.
next
You
to you.
guys are going to find a room, I guess, at the closest inn would be the
Yeah, I think we said we were
Somerset
gonna stay
Lodge. Yeah, the closest inn is
right.
the Somerset Lodge.
Yeah, I'll go.
Why do I remember that name?
Because that's where the dude is staying.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Kidnapping McGee.
Old
Old
Limpy
match 'em
Mackenzie.
ups. Yeah.
Old left side Lawrence. We
And
have
Alright.
something here.
a room at the Somerset Lodge.
Whatever it is, I'll spend it.
Modest room is 5 silver. Comfortable room is 8 silver.
Mm-hmm. So we need to accommodate 3 people because almost staying at the temple.
Correct.
All right.
So
I'll
either
drop
5 or 8.
I'll drop a gold.
That will get you a comfortable room plus change.
Mhm.
Silver's worth 10 gold, so you can either take the change or you could, get room service and do it up nice.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
mints on the pillows.
Keep it even so I can just be at 79 gold.
Got it? Britt.
Oh, just a modest room.
Modest
She
room.
finds that these places are larger than she needs them to be anyways.
5 silver and Furbles.
Yeah, Furby's the lowest. Doesn't matter to me. I sleep in the woods. Come on.
Furby can stay in my room.
I'll sleep on the floor at your bed.
Yeah.
Doran. Roll a perception check.
Perception is what I'm good at.
Oh. As you are bedding down for the night, you can hear through your wall somebody speaking in the next room.
These thin-ass walls. I paid 1 gold for this. Okay.
Roll perception of 22. Yeah. You can tell that the voice has a very similar timbre and cadence as the stranger you met near the lake.
Oh, hell yeah, baby. I grab a glass. I put my ear up to that wall.
You can hear him talking about some sort of business transaction. He's haggling a price of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
He's haggling the price of some sort of goods that he is not naming by name.
Okay. Good man.
Yeah, we're coming across a child trafficking ring, man.
You can't catch every word, but you can definitely see that. You can definitely hear that some sort of business transaction, a commodity that he's not naming outright, and he also is saying something about the abilities. He's trying to sell the abilities as more valuable.
Okay.
X-Men. Children. X-boys. I think I just invented a new
That's what Xavier was doing the whole time.
Oh, no. Okay, all right. Abilities, commodities of unknown intent, trying to finagle a price. Does he sound, what's the word I'm looking for? Like hurried or like
Doesn't sound anxious or harried or worried or anything.
Okay.
Sounds like he sounds like a businessman.
Okay. Sounds like he's in control of his situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right. And if you're not going to do anything else, then the night will
Nope.
pass.
I'm going to keep that information and then relay it to everyone later.
It is a new morning. You can all rendezvous wherever you want.
Rush to not Ulna's room, Britt's room.
Oh, you know what we're going to say? We're going to say the extra 2 silver that you paid went to housing your wagon for the night.
Okay. Yeah. Gotta house that wagon, baby. I'm keeping that wagon for the rest of this game.
So we would have recovered some of the hit die, right?
If you have spent any hit dice so far, after a long rest, you regain half of your total number of hit dice.
Cool.
So you can regain 2 hit dice.
Back to 4.
I have not used any of mine.
Me neither.
Well, shit back up.
All right, but yeah, I inform Britt and Ferb on the dealings of the night.
Oh, I heard all of your dealings. I was in your room.
No, you were fast asleep.
Okay.
Is he trying to sell special children?
I'm not exactly sure yet, but
Hmm.
I already have his ear, so I think we should play it along that route.
True.
What
I mean, while we probably could turn him in, we don't have any substantial evidence nor anything to actually stop this from taking place. We should still, as we originally planned, ask the child that did escape possibly this man's grasp.
All right. Well, we've got some moving to do today. A library, an orphanage.
Do we have any description on this
More
this
beer.
wagon that the guy used to abduct the kid? Like, can we try to match it with the other wagons that are in the wagon shop?
There are no license plates in D&D.
Did the wagon have a limp as well?
Are there any other wagons where my wagon is that look suspicious that I can check out, that I could sneak around and look at before someone shows up?
Containing 5 children?
You can wake up early and attempt to search the stable area.
I'm rolling stealth.
Doran heads down in the early hours of the morning, and you search around. And there is a guy who is the stable hand who watches the place just to make sure that nobody snoops around the wagons like they shouldn't. And let's see, 14. You evade his snooping. You evade his mostly watchful eye. So you are able to check out the wagons. There's only a couple of them, maybe 3 or 4. All right, Doran investigates the wagons. You can see one wagon in particular has a bunch of goods and stuff piled high and has a bunch of covered items. And as you're searching and stooping, you uncover one of the items, and there is a cage, a sizable cage in that wagon. The other wagons just have like traveling supplies. A couple of them have like trapper gear, like things for skinning pelts, trapping animals. But that's the only one that you see with a cage.
Normal. Yeah. The rest of them seem normal as opposed to this one with a giant cage. Okay. Sweet.
Is it child-sized cage?
A
Guess you could
child
put a kid in any cage.
could easily fit in this cage that Doran has discovered.
Okay.
Don't let Doran handle it.
Should take that boy's measurements.
Lord, we got to wrap up this side quest real quick before it just gets out of hand.
No, I'll keep that information. Is there anything like descriptive about this wagon, like color, fucking size of the wheels?
Will you remember it if you see it again?
Yeah.
It is piled pretty full with stuff, and you can see that the cage is kind of nestled in the middle of stuff. And covered with a ruddy reddish orange blanket covering tarp canvas thing. All those words smashed together.
Okay. Cool. I think I will remember this. Doran will remember this and then make his way back out.
All right, you can rendezvous with everybody.
Go check this kid out.
I alert them to the possibility that we may have found the wagon as well that was used in this kidnapping, and now we're gonna go fucking interrogate some children.
Sounds like Doran wants to go to the orphanage. How about Britt?
She actually wants to go to the library.
Britt's going to the library. How about Furby?
Furby's gonna go to the kid.
Furby's going to the orphanage, and Olna.
Library.
Olna's going to the library. So Britt and Olna library. The other two are going to the orphanage. Britt and Olna. Who's taking the wagon?
The wagon's gonna stay here. I paid for it. It's fucking staying here.
I'm pretty sure Doran has already carved his name in this wagon. He's probably painting it in, so let's go with him.
Getting some.
If
it can stay here, let's just leave it here at the inn.
Yeah, they'll look after it for a little while. 2 silver will get you that.
Okay.
So yeah,
Nothing
you
big.
can leave the wagon.
ask him about the boogers. I have to know about the boogers. So while I'm in the library, just be sure you find out.
Yeah, I will alert you to the boogers of this child.
I feel really split right now, and I need you to cover that for me so I can be at ease. Thank you.
All right, so Britt and Olna go to the library. You head to the library. It is a imposing structure, a massive library, which must contain books of all sorts. You enter the library, and it is a quiet place with it's a fair number of individuals who are in the library in the early morning. There's a number of morning people who come here to check out books, find some quiet before their busy day starts.
Is there a stationery shop in the library?
Is there a stationery shop in the library? Yes. You can buy stationery and books in the library. There's a bookshop, if you will, in the library.
I want to try to find the most exquisite, ornate book that could be, empty, like notebook.
Yeah. The most exquisite books.
Moleskin.
The most exquisite books would actually be spell books that they sell for magic users.
Ooh, I don't need that. Just regular.
Other than that, I'm looking up price of books and equipment. Blah 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 blah.
Thanks for looking that up for me.
Book. Wow. Yeah, a book. Apparently, geez, a book is 25 gold.
Wow.
Woo!
I'll pay it
No,
gladly.
Gutenberg's press yet, eh?
That'll be a nice book, and you can get it
Handmade.
whatever color you want.
Yeah, the color of the deepest blue, the deepest dark teal of the sea.
It's a leather-bound,
Yeah.
empty book.
Is the maker on hand?
The maker is not on hand.
Oh, I'd love to have someone put in some gold leaf Olna's journey on the front.
Well, there are definitely services in town that could do that for you. They just,
Okay, so I'll get the book for now.
Yep. Book for $25.
On to research. Okay, 20, 90.
You go into the library, and this is old school library. There's a card catalog, an index of books in the library. You don't just look it up online, or you can ask the actual librarian for help if you're one of those Karens that have to have everything done for them.
No, I think Olna will sort their way through. We'll attempt to find something involving cross researching curses, underwater curses, and the history of the Rolanda Lake.
Roll an investigation check, Olna. In the meantime, Britt, what are you looking for?
She just
Come on,
looks for Griffin.
Sorry.
Olna is unable to find much about the subject. Britt, however, easily finds reference to Griffin grease.
Yes!
Nice.
And it appears to be a cooking ingredient, like how you would grease up a pan before you cook. Griffin grease is favored by sailors as a type of grease that can be used in cooking that keeps for a very, very long time and can actually be reused many times.
Wow.
You use it, you cook it up, it gives a musky flavor to whatever you're cooking, and then after
I'm
the
gonna
dish
go
is
ahead
done,
and
you can
give Curly
scrape it
an
out.
inspiration die.
Scrape it out of that pan.
What?
I'm pretty sure you're the one who said you thought it was Griffin grease.
That was me.
That was you, Britt?
Rick came up with it first. Yeah.
You get an inspiration die from Sam. It doesn't work up for anything.
Since when does Sam give inspiration out?
It's metaphorical.
Not
Yeah.
usable and not usable in any D&D game.
It's self-love inspiration dice.
Inspiration is easier in person. It's harder in digital. So I feel like I'm giving you different stuff.
Not where I come from.
Rather than
I'll just say it was inspired that you had
Yeah.
conjured
Thank
that.
you. I appreciate that.
so
I was
yes,
like, I was like, Griffin grease? That sounds ridiculous.
I'm
what are
not
you
very
talking
smart, but sometimes things just come at you from the page. They just like hit you in the face. So, okay, so we know it's a cooking grease favored by sailors, very reusable.
yes.
Be reusable. Sustainable.
You could give it to the Golden Dragon people. Make a
Locally
specialty
sourced.
ramen.
I wanna open it.
You
about?
can attempt to open the jar. Yeah.
Olna, do you still have that
yes,
jar?
I do.
on you?
Because it is a simple cooking ingredient, I'm gonna go ahead. It's not gonna be something that I feel like someone is valuable to, so I pass it to Britt. You can do with it as you please, darling.
Britt, you can
Thank
roll a strength check if you want to open it.
Okay.
We'll say athletics. Roll an athletics check.
I'm not satisfied with my research. Can
Yeah,
I
so your
spend
research, sorry.
more
you,
time?
You said you wanted to look up. Britt is unable to pry the rusty lid off of the jar of what you suspect to be Griffin grease.
Yeah. I will assist Olna in looking up.
Yeah, I'm not. Olna is not proud, and will try to get someone to help as well. Someone who works or who is a librarian to help, if possible.
The head librarian at the Great Library
Oh, damn, the head librarian.
Number
Okay.
11. The head librarian is Myasia Val. She is a human, and she is the one who you can ask for help, and she will help you search for underwater curses, specifically. Was that what you said?
Well, most importantly, history on the Rolando Lake,
Ah.
if not the city itself. But also, yes, curses
Got
that
it.
would allow a person to be stuck in like limbo like that.
Her eyes kind of brighten up as you ask about the Rolando Lake, and she says that she would pay handsomely for any more substantial information about the origins of the lake, because though it has existed since people first settled this land, and it was given the name Rolando Lake, nobody really knows where the name came from or anything much about the lake. There's not a whole lot in terms of lore for the lake that exists in her library. So she would definitely be very interested and offer a reward for any substantial information.
Well, I tell her all that we've discovered.
And show her the grease bottle.
If there's anything about the pearls, the woman's garb that I describe as much detail as I can, maybe the period that that's from, and was the town developed? I mean, is there history on the town? Because was the town developed on top of the lake, or was the lake here?
The lake existed before the town.
Sure.
And then the town was built. The city was built. World map. There's a small bit of lore on the world map. There it is. Yeah. So the city was built as... The city was a small settlement before the Great War. And when the Great War happened, it served as one of the main points of intelligence for the Great War 200 years ago. And after the Great War happened, the 7 races came together and saw that their cooperation was an inspiring thing that happened in the town of Seven Gates at the time. And so, as a symbol of peace between the 7 races, they further developed the town into the great city of Seven Gates, built as a symbol of peace between the 7 races of the world. And it has a very diverse population because of its origins of cooperation during the Great War. The great chasm that is in the town, in the city, was created by some terrible forbidden magic that was used by the enemy during the Great War. Council of the Star sits in the Great Keep. That is the leader of all the 7 peoples of the world.
So because this war was 200 years old, I'm assuming that's a long time, but it's a diverse population, and some of the kin of the land live to be, centuries old. Is there anybody in town who was around 200 years ago?
Certainly some.
Important.
Certainly some of the members of the Council of the Star, the leaders. Obviously, there's elves and I think. How long lived a Triton?
Not very long.
I think turtles live for a long time too, don't they?
Turtles are short-lived. But definitely the elves. The elves are probably the longest living race. Elves and halflings are longest living races. Elves definitely...
Oh, yeah. Tritons live up to 200 years.
Yeah, so there might be a couple of Tritons who saw some of the effects of the Great War. There are definitely elves that may... I mean, Eberym was one of the ones that fought in the Great War. Right. Definitely the leader of the elves. It was around during the Great War. Wow,
so if this elf-looking person could have been real. Like it might have not been a specter.
She's still fighting in the war.
There may be others around town that have experience or even relatives that were in the Great War. The one person that the head librarian thinks that. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to go through all my points of interest to see what kind of NPCs I populated them in.
Sure.
Control F Steve's brain.
There might be a couple of veterans in the SDGF compound who have memories or ancestors from the war. The Council of the Star definitely has the leader of the elves.
Kruniak and Alaron aren't old.
No, those
No,
guys are
it's-
humans.
No
Okay.
historian. I'm looking more for historian types. You're giving me a lot of like people that were actually fought. And I don't know if people
What
fought
about
would
Old
be-
Man Murphy? What are we talking about?
She doesn't know too much about Murphy. He is a solitary person on his island and doesn't let anybody on or off the island. She suspects
Whoa.
that he might have some ties to the Great War. She doesn't know much about him, but he was definitely a sailor that has traveled the world. And has definitely met many, many different types of people, if not had those experiences himself. But as far as other historians, she references another person who she references is Maledicto from Maledicto's Maps, which is in the working class district. She kind of gives her the side eye when she references him, and she doesn't find him a reputable source, but she knows that he bills himself as a pursuer of knowledge and history of the land.
Well, that sounds like someone I'm going to. Is going to be on top of my list here.
Probably easier to talk to him than people in the Council of the Star.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is a first step. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody knows where the name came from.
Sure.
Weird,
what about
right?
what about
not there.
can I do some research on the name Rolando itself? That's
Yeah.
ancillary to the actual name of the
I mean,
lake?
just like etymology, Rolando
Etymology.
is a human surname most often.
Gotta go down and check the R's.
So let me check this census material.
Does Fantasy Library have the Dewey Decimal System?
You don't find any specifics on any. You don't find any persons of interest that bore the name Rolando in the library stacks.
Okay.
But yeah, you just know that it's usually a human surname.
Okay.
Perhaps
I mean, the name must have come from somewhere, right?
Yeah. I mean, the etymology, like I said, a human surname
Okay.
usually has a reference to greatness of it.
So then, yeah, I want to talk to the mapmaker, and then after that, the council. If the mapmaker doesn't pan
All
out.
right. Anything else you have for the head librarian, Myasia?
Is there anybody at the library who can inscribe my book for me with the title?
Not in the
Okay.
library, but there are definitely those kinds of services.
Maybe the mapmaker, I guess.
There are definitely those kinds of services in the city. If you just look around, you can find somebody to do that for you. Leather workers.
Sure. How much would that set me back? a little-
Custom, if you actually want it to be real gold inlay, then the materials would be the heavier cost. But just normal artisans probably wouldn't be that much. Maybe a few gold at most.
Shit. Can Britt do it?
Possibly.
Ooh.
Possibly.
Is it something you'd be interested in?
Brit's offended you didn't ask first.
It's
sorry,
kind
Brett,
of
my
it's
bad.
kind of more leatherworking than jewelry.
What if we find someone who can just emboss it, like just stamp the leather, and then I'll fill it in with the gold for you?
I suppose you
maybe-
could do that.
That would lend a personal touch that would move me to the ages, girl.
I would love to do that. I could do a bit of bejeweling. Don't
So
know
what-
what you like. That's what
let's head to the mop maker, and then on the way, we'll keep our eyes open. Okay.
What's your birthstone?
Rock.
Before we go, I just want to ask Malaysia.
Myasia.
Um, oops,
Malaysia.
Malaysia. Do you know anyone who could use some griffin grease around here?
Oh my, griffin grease. That's used by sailors. Well,
Oh, do you think they'd have interest in a bit of it?
perhaps the Fishermen's Consortium would find some worth at their trading post.
Alright.
That is, if it's still good. Have you smelled it yet?
Nope, can't get it open.
Oh, really? Do
Really?
you mind if I tried?
Not at all. Here you go.
She pops it open easy.
Ah! What you back there? Yeah, you're just like lifting stacks of book all day.
Maybe you should become a librarian,
Pops
Britt,
the
and
lid
we'll
off.
take Myasia as
She's
our...
got a child safety lock on it.
She pops the lid
Maisha,
off.
have you heard of the phoenix egg?
She pops the lid off and gives it a whiff, and she gives she gives a kind of curious look as she's sniffing it. She says, "Well, it's definitely still good. It definitely has a strong after odor of turnips, huh?
Turnips.
Curious. How curious. Turnips. Those are, believe it or not, those are sort of a delicacy, a rare commodity here in Seven Gates. The only turnips that grow around here are on Murphy's Island, but he never lets anybody on or off. Strange.
Oh. Okay. Well, thank you for the information. Is there anything we could give you to thank you? Anything? What's normal around here in trade of information?
You say on or off. Does he trap people on his island?
I've never seen anybody go on the island, and I've never seen anybody go off, come off the island. And he has posted signage and filed paperwork with the city. His
Oh,
private property is
okay.
trespassing on his land.
Okay. Weird.
Yes, that is an accurate description of Old Man Murphy.
Okay, so we need to find. Do you need any jewelry work done for you? I could do it pro bono.
I mean, as far as like she's a government official working in the library, so she's just helping you out by helping you with research and stuff. So it's not like she's doing her job. She doesn't need anything per se, but she did ask if you find anything about the origins of Rolando Lake, she would be most appreciative, and she offered a reward for it even.
Oh, absolutely.
This is the second person who wants knowledge on the mysteries of Rolando Lake. Seems like a big deal. And Persona themselves tasked me to investigate more.
Smash cut to the orphanage. Doran and Furby head to the orphanage as the other two do research in the library.
Doran's just grabbing kid after kid. Hello? Yo.
The Children of Light Orphanage is a large orphanage. It is a sizable orphanage in Seven Gates. You can see that it's kind of a school building, for lack of a better term. It's a 3-story school building, which may or may not resemble something out of X-Men Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. It's a little more run down than that, for sure. It's in the commoner workers district, working class district of the town. But as you approach, it's morning time, so you can see all the kids running around before the bell rings, as it were. And
Is any of them hovering boogers?
there are no kids hovering boogers. There is a bunch of scruffy-looking kids in the schoolyard, and you can see a corpulent, dark-skinned woman who is watching them. Occasionally, she's shouting something at the kids. "Stop that!" or "Hey, knock that off!" or "That's very nice, dearie."
So we approach her.
Yeah, if she looks like she's in charge, then yeah, immediately ask her if she knows of any of the kids that have been recently kidnapped. We're inspecting for the guards.
Well, you certainly have a way about you, don't you, sir? Just coming right out and asking if I know about kidnapping children. Well, ain't that a kick in the teeth? Where I come from, we usually lead with a "Hello, how you doing this day?"
I apologize. I do not know the ways of most of you city dwellers. Hello, I am Furby. Right? Darn?
My name, they call me Mama Ruby, and I look after this ragtag bunch of youngsters. Now, seems you two don't exactly look like the parenting type, but I've learned not to judge by the appearances. What can I do for you this day? Are you interested in adopting a child? Perhaps the two of you together?
No.
Would be a horrible mistake, unfortunately.
Hold on, I gotta go through my notes.
Your name, good sir?
My name is Dorn.
Doran. Well, I never, Mr. Doran. That is a powerful, handsome name.
Is Furby not?
No, child, no.
I don't know these things. These friends of mine gifted me this name.
Y'all say you're talking about kidnapping? What are y'all talking about? Kidnapping?
For the police force, we're investigating a wanted man who might have been involved in a kidnapping of a child that was turned into you guys. We were led here.
Yes. Is that what's his name? Something with an N. Nebel, Nefta.
Careful.
You be careful.
You don't know the kid's name. We were informed he was left in your care.
Oh, the child that was left in our care. Yes, of course I know the child's name. The child's name was Brian, and he has been adopted.
I'm leaving this game.
Much
Get careful.
to our joy. He was adopted
By
by
who?
a nice family that said they hailed from Scales. Yes.
Are they still in the city?
Oh no, that was many, many, many weeks ago that young Brian was left our loving bosom.
Are there any other children here that were close to Brian?
Oh, were any of the children close to Brian? Well, let me think. Let's see. Darla, Weldon, Tawny, Butara, Little Morty, Jangle Pond. I think perhaps Gotten might have been close to Brian. Drifting into the Southern Belle. I'm okay with the Southern Belle. Yeah, I think Gotten might have been. Carissa did a Southern Belle last time, didn't you, or something?
Yeah, I did a fighter,
Hey.
human fighter who liked mint and juleps
Yeah,
under the willow
that's it.
tree.
There it is. I think little old Gotten might have been close to Brian. And let's
Brian
see.
was staying here of his own free will, right? Or is this?
Oh, absolutely, yes. He was delivered to us by the Seven Gates Defense Force. He was living on the street before he came here. Poor little soul. Gotten! Get your little round butt over here! And a young dwarf child hobbles over. And he's already got a healthy beard.
I've realized I've never thought of any of the Dungeons and Dragons races as children.
But they'd be
Like it
damn
just
cute.
never popped in my head now. Now I'm thinking of a little nerdy, snotty dwarf kid.
He's already got a healthy beard coming in.
Big old
A
fists.
golden healthy beard.
Harry at age of 6.
Yeah.
He looks up at you with wide eyes. It looks like he's made a makeshift helmet out of cardboard.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Gotten.
Oh,
Now, these two men are very, very nice. You see, this is Furby and this is Doran. Make sure you tell them everything that you
Wait,
know.
Where did they get cardboard and... Never mind.
Cardboard? I don't know, when was that invented?
Amazon. on
Paper
the side.
mache, whatever the equivalent of cardboard is.
I kneel down to the height of the kid and I introduce myself. Hello, I'm Furby. I'm a furbolg.
My name's Gulton.
How? I hear that you were close with this one Brian.
I knew Brian, yeah.
Do you know of the incident where he apparently ended up in a wagon where he couldn't scream and then got away? You kids might know something that could help us
Roll
stop this from happening.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
You meant to say advantage.
You gotta do like a card trick, man.
Is this persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion with disadvantage.
Charisma. Oh, I don't know the Dynamite DnD windows. Oh, that's the critical fail. Furby is bad with kids.
He says, "Nope. He didn't tell me nothing.
Well, Doran, I guess that's it. We failed.
We just like to play. I was the miner, and he was the goblin in the mines.
Oh,
Where did you guys play?
Here in the yard, of course.
Where specifically?
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage."
Disadvantage, but I'm so persuasive.
All right.
Well,
He looks at you, and you're a little bit more cool looking to him than Furby. So he whispers to you. He like does a kid thing where he makes you bend over, and he whispers to you. He said, We found the crawl spaces inside, and they were our mines, our deep, dark mines. We would go around in the crawl spaces. It was great.
Okay.
Furby's just backing away to let this happen, so I don't step on it.
But he left me.
Ooh.
He got adopted, and he left me here.
Yes. Did you see the people that he was adopted by?
Yeah. They were people.
Did they seem like good people?
I don't know. No, well, probably not, since they didn't take me with him.
Did he seem happy about this?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so. He was scared. But we're all kind of scared, you know.
Yes.
New people, you don't really know them. Sure, they come and they see you a couple of times and they try and be all buddy-buddy with you, but yeah, it's scary. It's hard being a kid.
Is there anybody who comes around a lot to look at?
Children.
Children. How do I word that? Look at the product? Peruse the wares?
Try out one.
Kick the tires a little bit?
What's the return policy?
He doesn't know of any regulars, if you will. He doesn't know of any regulars, no. It's all just different people that come by looking for kids. As you are talking to Gotten,
Yes.
a small creature runs up to you and begins gnawing on your leg. And you look down, and it is a lizard folk child. It looks like a feral-looking lizard folk child. And it begins gnawing on your leg.
What the hell is a lizard folk?
Are they sentient?
Yeah.
Can they speak?
And after a moment, Mama Ruby says, Mama Ruby, get off, Mama Ruby, Skinner, get off of that, get off of Doran's leg, Skinner. Hey, Skinner, hey, no, Skinner, that's a no. Don't chew on the guests. I told you this before. Hey, don't you give me that look. Go on.
Do you feed these children? It seems this one is hungry.
Oh, that's Skinner. We rescued him from a black market dealer. He said he got the creature on one of the islands in the north. Poor little fella. He's a bit feral, but you know, he's like a pet, I suppose. Can't really give him up for adoption because
Could be Furby's Ellie.
He's
Can
a
I
lizard
offer? Furby wants to offer some ration to Skinner. Here you go, young one. Skinner.
Skinner has no interest in the rations whatsoever. Oh, he wouldn't like that. He likes fresh meat, live, preferably. He's lizard folk after all.
Oh,
I'm
understandable.
not there, but could you describe Skinner a little bit? He looks like
all I imagine is the lizard, the Lizalfos from Zelda. That's all.
a little axolotl type guy.
Axolotl.
He's a He's a bipedal lizard type.
What the?
He's like I mean, the Lizalfos is
Wearing
not
pants?
too far off. He's garbed in some rags, yeah.
Oh.
Lizard
He's
folk
got a little dagger.
Lizard folk are a somewhat intelligent but barbaric species of the land that form into tribal civilizations. And they are, they act more on instinct than on morality.
Mm.
And so, he's got greenish scales with a bit of yellow spotted coloring in there. He's got a pointed beak with several tiny jagged teeth.
I want to ask the what's her face, the mama chick.
Mama Ruby.
Wouldn't he be better off in nature than a city like this?
I don't know. Them black market dealers kind of mistreated him, so I don't know. He's a bit vicious. I'm worried that he'd just be attacking things left and right, and he'd get on the bad side of some owlbear or something. So I don't know. Until I can maybe train some sense into him or rehabilitate him so he's better off in the wild, I think I better just look after him here.
I could take him out into nature.
I don't think he likes you much, darling.
Well, let's ask Skinner. Hey, little guy.
Roll animal
wanna go
handling
hunt?
with roll animal handling with advantage.
Damn, I am so proficient in animal handling. That is a 23.
Yeah. Skinner, even though he did not take any interest in your rations, he sees you speaking, and
I use my speech of beast and leaf to communicate that we're gonna go get him some meat.
his head kind of tilts to one side, and then he sits on his haunches and looks up at you inquisitively.
Well,
my word, I've never seen him do that.
Can he can I help? Can I pick him up? Like, I don't know if it's the size of this man. Is he sit on the shoulders kind of?
He's the size of a toddler.
I communicate to him that he's welcome to climb a bar to my shoulders if he would like.
He sticks out his tongue and tastes the air and does not move.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've lost all interest in the other stuff we were doing. I would, Furby would like to go get some meat with Skinner. We go hunting in the forest.
Well, there are no forests per se
Yeah, you're right.
in the city, and Mama Ruby is hesitant to let him outside of the city.
Oh, fair enough.
Um,
Mama Ruby, is it
but,
okay if we went and got
I
some
mean-
meat from somewhere in town? That's a livestock market.
She is she's intrigued at the response that Skinner has had with you. So roll a persuasion check with advantage to see if you can take him outside of the
I
orphanage.
will bring him back. Do not worry. Advantage persuasion. Oh, that's a 3.
She does not want you to go alone with a feral creature into the city. Even though she sees that it seems to have some sort of likeness with you, she's unconfident after many years with after many months with the little guy. She doesn't.
I understand your protective nature, Mama Ruby. Do not worry. I look at Skinner and say, I will bring you back some meat. I promise this.
His eyes narrow.
And I give him a thumbs up.
As if he's angry that you backed out on what you said.
If it's for your own safety, young one. You can't just let kids run off with random
He runs off.
furbolgs.
He runs off into the yard.
All right. well,
Some
there
name
goes
you
that.
give him if you wanted to domesticate him.
Almost got 2 pets.
I'd hate to be that guy, but can I use the whiz bang?
Yeah, we can take a quick break.
Break
Oh yeah, it
time.
is like 2:13. Good break time.
Cuckoo.
Gonna go check on my meat.
You're back.
I will be back.
Break time here at Dynamite DnD. What's up, everybody? Anybody in chat? This is a town exploration heavy day. Hope you're enjoying seeing what all the characters do in these different social situations. Bakong! What was that? Let me get it. Yeah. What's up, Mazel Tov? Thanks for the bits. Hey. I have never checked any of the monetization stuff on the channel. I actually have no idea if I've made any money because Twitch doesn't like cash out to you unless you've made a certain amount, and I'm pretty sure I'm nowhere near that amount. But it's always a morale booster to see support. We don't do it for the money, obviously, but seeing the support that people throw down with the bits and the subscriptions is amazing. Gives everybody hope, passion to keep on going. But yeah, going around the city, seeing how the kids interact. Sometimes one of the tips that I give to prospective DMs. Urazuma! Hey, Pokey with a subscription. One of the tips that I give to prospective DMs is sometimes you just think of conversation questions to ask your characters, ask your players, because, you know, oftentimes they go around in a city and they're like, oh, well, here's my quest, and you need to do this quest, and this is my story because I'm the NPC that I have to give you the plot points. But sometimes if you just are in a town and some kid wanders up and says, hey, mister, where'd you get your sword? Stuff like that. That gives people things to think of about their character that they might not have thought of before and can lead to different story development moments. For more hints and tips about dungeon mastering and running a game of D&D, feel free to subscribe to the $100 patron tier that I don't expect anybody to subscribe to, but it's there. $100 patron tier gets you a 1-hour masterclass with me, where we talk about how to run a D&D game. I'll give you tips and tricks, advice, or you can just run your ideas by me, and I'll react as a player, and you can play test, whatever you want. But an hour-long session of talking D&D. Other tiers of the Patreon are the $1 Cellar Rat tier, where you get a thank you email, the $5 Kobold tier, where you get a shout-out, $10 Owlbear tier, where you get access to the campaign notes as they're updated, $15 Hydra tier, where you get access to the artwork and content, media content, such as music, and the Lich, what is a Lich? Oh, wait, $15 is also design an NPC. You can design an NPC that I will throw in the game. The Lich, what does a Lich do these days? I kind of restructured my thing. The Lich does something, and then $100 is the masterclass. What does the Lich get? Now I'm curious. Patreon. My page. Public page. The Lich. Oh, the Lich is to help design an NPC. Hydra is artwork. Lich is design an NPC. $100. Ancient Dragon is masterclass. But yeah, that's just you know, whatevs. I don't really care about the Patreon. It's just something. Just some. In my opinion, getting the campaign notes is the most interesting tier because, I mean, if you're interested in Dungeons & Dragons, you are free to take my campaign notes and run that game yourself. It is basically a pre-built world, pre-built encounters, scenarios, plot hooks, NPCs, anything that you can take and use as you see fit. Transform it, turn it, twist it, bop it, flick it, any way you want. Or just be interested in following the game and knowing what's going to happen to the characters before it happens to them and seeing their reactions. Dynamite DnD. New theme song. Dynamite DnD. Written by Sam Hears. Oh, man. Happy to have my computer back online, so I'm actually doing the streaming now. The past 5 sessions that we had were only recorded on audio, thanks to Curly doing the recording. Oh, yeah, by the way, Mazel Tov Cocktail, with that subscription, you are now the bit boss of the stream. You can see your bit boss health bar in the top right. Whenever people follow or do bits or do subscriptions or do tips, the bit boss health goes down. And the person who kills the bit boss takes over with a new health bar. I think you killed Stargamer, and now you are the bit boss. Dynamite DnD. They're at the orphanage. What are they going to do next? Those two went to the library. They said they're going to talk to the mapmaker. These guys are at the orphanage, investigating kidnapping stuff, talking to some kids. Whoops. Cancel that. Yeah. Where am I? I went to the end. Looking at my notes. There it is. Dynamite DnD. I guess I'm gonna pour a drink or something. I'll be right back. If anybody else is here, take over.
Dynamite DnD.
Oh,
think
it's hot as balls in here.
I think that's the
Oh, that's
theme
the new
song.
jingle?
Well, I just got my headphones on and I heard Steve saying that jingle, and then he left and he said, "Someone take over," and I panicked.
All right, we'll round robin.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Oh, let's harmonize.
There's no harmonizing in Discord. It's the one rule.
Oh no!
It's all.
If you harmonize, it unlocks a monster.
It was like an old throwback to before there was Discord, like before we used Skype and stuff. It was like this program called Mumble, and that was the one thing is because no matter what internet connection you're on, you don't hear each other as the same time as everyone else is hearing them.
Right,
So every time everyone has ever tried to sing along at the same time with someone else, it's just a bunch of voices like doing row 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 your boat, like off kilter. It's like we had to put like a rule in the rules, like there's no harmonizing in Discord. It just can't happen.
You might hear it, but no one else will.
Yeah, like we'll be watching a movie together or something, and like a song will come on, and everyone's like, "Yeah, let's sing along," and it's like, "Stop! Oh God, it's horrible." Whatever. But y'all do you. I just forgot that I had frozen a cloth towel in the freezer because of the heat, and now it is on top of my head. And I am
so smart.
10 degrees cooler. I'm a poor kid that grew up with a do not touch the air conditioner no matter how hot the summer gets.
Yeah. Have
We
you
had
ever
creative
heard
ways.
of a swamp cooler?
I have a tiny little one that's right next to me.
So essentially, you are creating a swamp cooler.
Yeah, my head is now a swamp cooler.
Where I grew up, that is what everyone has, a
Mm.
swamp cooler. And the trouble you get yourself into is on humid days.
Mhm.
Doesn't really work very well.
Yeah, I heard that it actually it's counterintuitive. Like that actually just it has to be a dry area
Super
for it to
dry.
function. Yeah.
Yes. Otherwise, it doesn't actually cool. The
So
cooling effect.
our current swell of heat right now is a hot, humid, mother frickin' horrible pot of hot on top of San Diego.
Yeah, baby.
Hot pot sounds good.
Hot pot. But it was nuts.
Am I the last one to come back?
No, I think Sam's still missing.
Oh, okay, cool.
I
I just had trouble with the thermometer.
just got one of the like, Google News alerts or whatever, and they were just like, "Yo, La Jolla," because the water out here has been really cold recently because it just hasn't. What I understood is that the swell that brought this heat in, it's been pushing the water out, so all the warm water that's on top gets pushed out to sea, and then the cold swelled water comes up from the bottom. So it's been like 58-degree water and shit, and it's like. It's cool because it's nice. It's the beach and everything, but it's like that's freaking like freeze your nuts off kind of cold. And they were like, "Hey, just a heads up. Today, water in La Jolla jumped 20 degrees higher. Apparently, the wind stopped, and so all the water just warmed up overnight. And they were like, "Yeah, it jumped 20 degrees in one night. So now it's like 78-degree water.
Jesus.
Like
That feels like it'd be bad for fish, but I don't know anything about fish biology.
yeah, sure. I think everyone's dead. It's just
Well,
floating.
they can probably swim down to a lower depth.
Aren't they cold-blooded too? Is that a thing? I don't have any idea how anatomy or fish work. I just want all the sea lions to wash up on shore. I think we're the only part in California that's not fully engulfed in fire right now. So
Yeah. Ooh.
Welcome to Summers.
Gotcha.
I'll get you.
I always.
At least you're not where Kaz is, where all the pipes are frozen from that
What are you
crazy
talking
snowstorm.
about? None of my pipes are broken. They're perfectly fine.
You have
Is
to
Kaz
insulate your
in
pipes.
the north?
No, on the East Coast. Curly doesn't understand
Yeah, past the Mississippi,
Okay.
I've got no concept.
geography. Or
I'm also
geometry.
on the East Coast, and currently our pipes are running okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weather in D&D is something I always think of as an afterthought, but I never think to do. It's always just sunny and bright whenever it's daytime. Never rainstorms or snow or hail or anything.
You gave
Hell
us
yeah!
a
Give me
good,
a fucking, give me a samurai sword fight in the rain. I'm here.
Thanks for waiting.
You gave us a really good. Not. I guess we had to deal with the weather and stuff when we went up that one cold mountain.
Yeah, but that was a mountain, specific mountain.
Yeah, it was
That was
a lot
kind of
of
built
like,
that way.
what clothing are you wearing, and you know.
Even just if it rained.
I want new clothes too. Let's get new clothes. Clothe me up, daddy.
Kirby's clothing is just straight up his hair.
I'm back. Thanks for waiting, guys.
I want some full ass One Piece,
Welcome
different arc, different clothes kind of shit.
No, same outfit for the entire series.
No.
For the art prompts, everyone. Remember that time we fought?
Look,
Oh,
you gotta
nice.
do a
More
little
bits.
investigating and then a little fighty and then a little more investigating. Look, you've been watching One Piece, you know how this shit goes.
All right, where did we leave off? We left off at the orphanage.
Lizard
at
Kid
the
ran
orphanage.
off. You were still
Yeah.
talking with Keenan or whatever his name is.
Gotten.
Gotten.
Got him.
Got him.
Yeah, he's telling me stuff.
Oh, the shafts or whatever. The
yeah,
underneath.
the crawl spaces.
But I was
So
off
if they
plane
were mining-
trying to adopt a lizard boy. So
What were they
Carry on
using
with
for
your-
treasure? Okay, yeah, so that's my question. Cool. Doran is going to ask Gotten, what were they using for treasure when they were playing mining?
Nothing especially noteworthy. Just whatever they could find. Bottle caps, scraps of
Okay.
cool looking rocks.
Pogs.
Alf pogs.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
I don't think there's gonna
But
be
yeah,
anything
they were
else.
playing miners. They just used whatever they could scrap up in the yard. Roll one more persuasion check.
Okay.
Regular persuasion check. Yeah. He tells you that they used whatever they could scavenge up as their gemstones that they mined.
Mhm.
But they haven't been able to go back into the mines recently because they were crawling around back there and they were making noise and they could hear the headmaster through the walls and they were scared that he would hear them, so they stopped going there.
Oh, there's a headmaster. That's my next inquiry. I wish to speak to the headmaster.
Headmaster? Oh my word! You are just drawn to authority, aren't you, Mr. Doran?
You could say something like that.
Well, headmaster, he's a bit busy man, and he usually likes to take appointments beforehand. Can I put you down for an appointment?
As this is a matter of importance, I would prefer that we could do this sooner rather than later.
Gonna put any spin on that?
I'm trying
Roll
to be as nice
persuasion
as I can.
Roll persuasion.
Give it a little wink and a nudge.
She looks at you and says, "Mr. Doran, I am powerful sad that I cannot help you further, but Rules are rules, and the headmaster is a strict headmaster. Afraid I must insist that you make an appointment.
Can I bribe her?
What kind of lady is
Go
this?
for it.
With what?
Gold.
Love.
Biscuits and gravy.
How much gold?
5.
Cut her head off. Cut her head off, Doran. You know you want to.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage. She gives you a knowing look. Mr. Doran, I see I may have misjudged you. After all, I say that I do not judge by appearances, but even I am flawed in my reasonings. She takes the money, and she says, I believe an opening may have just come up with the headmaster.
Thank you.
Mr. Furby, could you be a darling and just watch over the children for just a moment? I'll be right back. Right back, Mr. Furby.
Furby is completely flabbergasted and in over his head, but says, yes.
I imagine they look over at Furby, and Furby's just swarmed with kids all over. And Furby's like,
Furby scans the play yard with dread and is just like watching all of the kids.
Yeah. Doran and Mama Ruby go inside. And she takes you up through the house. There are one or two kids that are inside that just kind of run around. And Mama Ruby says, where are they? Mama Ruby calls out to one of them. Now, Darla, you and Weldon need to be outside with the rest of the children in the yard. You do that for me? You go outside with the rest of the children, Darla? Yep, Weldon, you too. Darla seems to be slightly on the almost 12 side, a little bit older.
Okay.
And she says, fine, I'll go outside. Fine, I'll go outside. Huh. Who's this guy, Mama Ruby? Your new boyfriend?
Oh.
Yeah. Like you could ever find a man. And she runs out. I have to
Hit her with that
excuse
Griffin
Darla. She's a bit cynical for her young age. She takes you to the headmaster's room. Office. Headmaster's office on the top floor. And as she takes you to the room, she gives the door a knock that goes something like ta-da, ta-da, ta-ta.
Ta-da, ta-ta-ta-ta. Okay.
You know that? Wrote that down? Yeah.
And you hear a voice from within say, enter.
God.
And the
Oh,
door
boy.
opens up, and Mama Ruby opens the door and says, Mr. Shetland, this here is a Mr. Doran. He is a business associate. I trust you will treat him fairly. And she gestures for you to enter.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
enter,
enter.
Turn the orphanage into your samurai school.
and she shuts the door behind her. And
Hello.
the man is a small, scrawny, bespectacled man with merely a tuft of gray hair atop his head. Introduces himself as Garfield Shetland. I am the headmaster of this orphanage. It seems you are a discerning customer, willing to throw your weight around, as it were. How may I assist you this day?
I'm inquiring about a child who was recently adopted.
Oh, I see. We have many children that get adopted. How will I ever find the one you are speaking of?
I forgot the kid's name, but I asked him about I give him the name.
Brian. Oh, yes, Brian. He was adopted by that lovely couple out of Scales.
What can you tell me about these people?
Sarah and Matthew from Scales. A lovely, loving, very full of love couple out of Scales. Truly a blessed home the child went to.
Is there any other information that you have, maybe from Brian, about the kidnapping that happened?
Oh, kidnapping. A terrible, terrible business. Terrible, terrible thing, kidnapping. Roll a perception check.
Okay.
He's got a almost imperceptible smirk on his face. Terrible, terrible thing, the kidnappings. You know, I feel like the kidnappings are a very sinister plot that might be part of something greater. Oh, if only there was someone I knew who was trustworthy that I could tell the information to.
Yes. I see myself as a very trustworthy person.
Yes,
Man
I
of-
see you have a discerning eye and are a kind-hearted man who wishes only to help the children. And as you can see, the orphanage is in a terrible state of disrepair. An investor would certainly be a great boon to this humble establishment.
Mhm.
This man's just selling children.
Trying to be the best samurai I can right now. I'm gonna fucking pop this dude in the head. Yes.
What would Doran do?
Yes, I see. So you're looking to acquire funds to help the orphanage.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
For the
Well-
children.
Yes, for the children. I think upon good information, I could be maybe persuaded to help out.
Roll a... Roll an insight check.
Performance? Insight. Insight.
That was with advantage. Take off advantage.
Oh, shit. Right, you're right. When you're right.
Insight. That's pretty basic. So in response to you saying you want information before you give payment, but he counters with the payment is for the information. Information will not be rendered without payment. In so many words, he hems. You know, he's hemming and hawing and kind of talking about the orphanage and for the children and blah 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 blah. And he would hate to think that there are individuals out there that are scheming to bring harm to these children. After all, how do I know that you aren't here looking to bring harm to children, In fact, he's starting to lose his cool, man. In fact, what if I were to say that perhaps you are exactly the type of person who would bring harm to children? After all, you bribed your way into this establishment. Not exactly a upstanding thing to do.
I am a studier. I am a study of many things, martial arts being one of them. I have been a man who has been taught many loyalties and patience. But all things in life have time equated to them, as does my patience.
He's gonna roll. Okay. Your patience and my own. It appears that Mama Ruby and I both have misjudged you. I'm afraid that's all the time I have. If you are not interested in adopting a child, then I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
Air quotes adopting.
Very busy man.
That's where the ramen place gets their meat.
You got a belly full of boy.
Oh no!
Look, you claim you want to help these children. So I advise very strongly that it be the next thing you decide to do.
Mama Ruby, you may show our guest out. Mama Ruby opens the door and says, well, Mr. Doran, it seems that the headmaster's busy. I'm afraid I'm going to have to escort you out here, darling.
I'm going to shut the door in her face and
Whoa!
make a
Call the cops!
very strong advance towards this man. My patience is
Hand
gone.
on
I
sword
love
hilt.
it.
Yeah. She is
His
going
toupee
to
flies off.
grab you. Roll either an athletics or an acrobatics check. Oh yeah, she grabs you with very surprising strength and stops you in your tracks. Now, dearie, I do like a strong man. Seems maybe you're not the one for me after all. She picks you up and she starts dragging you back outside the door.
Is there a...
Careful now, Mr. Doran. Any acts of violence upon these grounds might jeopardize the children, and I may have to report you to the authorities.
Mama Ruby gonna snap you in a half.
I'm gonna cut this kid's head off. Okay, I'm gonna collect my cool at this moment.
And
I'm gonna let her throw me out. I'm gonna
you're gonna let her carry you out.
yeah.
Live to fight another day.
All right. She takes you out of the room and closes the door behind you, and she drops you. It says, "If you please,
Right.
Mr. Doran, to the exit."
Yes. I will just collect my furbolg, and we shall be on our way.
And she, okay, so as you're doing that took like maybe 10, 20 minutes. Furby's outside in the meantime, dealing with children. Excuse me.
Kids, please be careful. I don't want to see anyone get hurt.
Let's see.
No, you, sir, please off. Don't
let's
roughhouse.
see, let's see.
Can you please put the dwarf child down?
You see
Is this
one.
allowed?
You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 children, including Skinner.
I want to look for whatever kid looks like the most that could help me out. Like, got his stuff together.
There is one child who
What was that girl?
is. There's one child who runs up to you. It's a halfling child, and she says, "Hey, there, Mister. My name's Jinglepon. My parents, they're murdered in a jewelry heist gone bad.
Oh,
What?
oh.
Can I hold your shield? Do you need me to hold your shield? I can hold your shield for you.
Yes, please. Can you help me wrangle the children? There seems to be some roughhousing going on over there, and I want to make sure everyone's safe on my watch. Is she like the
yeah,
biggest narc on the
that's Kralik over there. That's Kralik. She's a half orc. Yeah, she's pretty mad most of the time. She's beating up on little Morty over there.
Kralik, please stop throwing the children, please.
No, little Morty's fine. He's you can see how big he is. He's real big. He's fine.
Okay.
He can take it. He's got a lot of padding.
Okay,
But
Morty,
I'll
you're
go
good.
talk to them if you want me to. Do you want me to? I'll do it if you want me to.
Yes, please tell her to
Kralik,
be careful.
Kralik, the grown-up said stop it. Kralik, grown-up said stop it. Kralik, stop it. Grown-up said stop it.
I have a stern look at Kralik.
I don't know who you are. Come here, Morty.
Oh, hold on. Hey, you guys want to see something cool? and I use my cantrip druidcraft to create a tiny, harmless sensory effect, a golden orb, that predicts the weather and the location.
Roll a performance check.
Performance check. Come on, I got magic, yo. Kids love magic. Oop. Oh, I did it with advantage. My bad. I still had it on.
Y'all trying to get your unfair advantages.
Listen, I should have advantage, okay?
Yeah, I'm a fucking shinobi number one. over here.
Performance of 6. So Kralik looks at you and says, "Pfft, yeah, like we never saw that before. I mean, that other kid was like," and then Morty perks up his eyes and he wallops Kralik and knocks her off her feet. Shh.
What? Morty? I barely know you, child, but I don't think that's how you're supposed to play.
I play how I want.
I make a faint odor of skunk near Morty.
What?
It's in the druidcraft thing. It's harmless, but it's a faint odor of skunk within his 5-foot cube.
Little Morty smells it and he begins smelling himself and he looks at you. He
Yeah,
says,
you're a stinky young one, aren't you?
magic is trouble. You're trouble. I don't like you. Oh, wait. Magic is trouble. You're trouble. I don't like you. Come on, Kralik. We're going right on back.
Just be careful.
Goodbye, Morty. Goodbye, Morty. Mister? Are you using magic?
I am indeed an abjuration cantrip.
Shouldn't use magic. Magic is trouble.
Magic is natural.
Magic is
And
bad.
I make a flower blossom.
You make magic, then you disappear.
What?
That's never happened to me. I've been on this earth for a while.
Here's your shield, mister. I'm sorry. I gotta go.
Do you know someone that's disappeared? Please.
Goodbye. Goodbye, mister.
I,
Hey, Kralik. Morty, wait up.
I make note of this child. Or I'm gonna follow this child. I would like to know more.
No, stop following me. Stop following me.
Do you know anyone else that's done magic around you?
Ah!
Oh, okay. Sorry. What was that kid's name?
Jenglepon.
Jangle Pong. Yeah. I'll keep watching the kids.
There's a human. There is a human boy and girl that are playing around with a ball. There's a kid that looks like a half elf. Looks like she's drawing something with paper and crayons. There's another boy who seems to be trying to climb a tree.
Oh, please get off the tree. That doesn't seem safe.
Ha! I can climb any tree.
Okay. I will stand under here in case you need to be caught.
I
Would you
am Butara. And he falls out of the tree.
I go to reach and grab.
Roll an athletics check to see if you get there in time.
Athletics check with my strength modifier. Oh, fun.
He falls out of the tree and he hits the ground hard.
I warned you.
He's holding his shit.
Let me have a look at you.
Lay hands on a child.
I do have to touch him to do a cure wounds.
Well, touch him on the shoulder for Pete's sake.
What do you do?
Does it look bad enough to warrant a help? I think my instincts would kick in and I touch and just use my magic. Cure wounds it is.
You touch him on the leg and he's like, what? Did you just use magic? Is that magic?
Do you feel better? Of course it's magic. What's wrong with magic? You seem to have an adverse understanding of magic. It's natural in this world. Why are you so afraid of magic, young one?
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Come on, I'm so charismatic.
Prove it.
I hate kids. He's not a beast, is he? I got nothing I can help with. Okay, persuasion. That is an 18, baby! I mean, yeah.
Brian used magic, and now Brian's gone.
How would that be related? He was adopted, wasn't he?
Any kid who uses magic gets taken away really quickly. We've all been here for years, but any kid who shows us magic, he gets taken away real quickly.
What kind of magic could he do?
He could move things.
Booger bending.
He can move things without touching them.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Who knew of his abilities to do magic outside of you children?
I guess.
So you're apparently hiding it from the adults, I'm assuming, or Mama Ruby?
Well, when they come here, they don't know. We don't know if they talk to the headmaster or tell him anything before we can warn them. And we don't know what the headmaster really asks them when they come in.
Do you trust the adults here?
Mama Ruby's okay, but the headmaster, no way. Headmaster is a big stinky pants.
Thank you for confiding in me, young child. Be safe.
Thanks, I guess. Better? My leg's better.
Here's a Werther's original.
I'm gonna try again. He begins climbing the tree again.
No, didn't you learn your lesson? I only can cast so many cures in one day.
I can do anything. As he's climbing the tree again, you see Doran and Mama Ruby exit the building.
Seeing Mama Ruby, there's the largest sigh of relief that you could ever imagine come out of a furbolg. And Mama Ruby, please take this task off my hands at this point. I do not know how you do this here.
Children, all right, children. She gives a big old clap.
There's two ones fighting back behind the building, and I'm just narking on everything.
That's fine, dear. I'll take it from here. You go on get. You and Doran, go on get. Go on get now. And she begins to holler and whistle for the kids that classes are going to start soon.
So I go up to whisper in Doran as we walk away, and I tell him, or I ask him, what was your experience with the headmaster? I think there's something fishy going on here.
Yes.
The kids do not seem to trust these adults in a way that you would expect from their caretakers, especially for being orphans. And they're terrified of getting caught with magic. They said Brian disappeared after doing magic. Everyone disappears.
I'm pretty sure the headmaster is as involved in these dealings as our mystery guest at the inn.
Do we need to, as I've heard you say before, bash some skulls?
Need some birds and hacks.
As I've heard you say before.
I'm filling in the side stories that we've obviously had together.
Is Donron teaching Furby the ways of the world?
I don't know anything about the world.
You know plenty about the world at large.
Well, the world, but not like customs and peoples and things. I'm a furbolg.
Yeah, but as we established in the very beginning, the world is a known entity to everybody, and everybody knows about everybody else. Culture is not a mystery.
Curly's characters are always spongy, soft, absorbent, spongy types.
Yep. I roleplay how I roleplay. Crap. So what's the plan, Doran? Why didn't you confront him immediately when you were in there?
We still need more information. I'm not sure who is in control of what, and I don't want to befall harm to the children.
It turns out the young Brian master? What? The young Brian kid was your booger floating fiend. The same one that you mentioned near the
that is not true. The kid who was the one who gave the report to the Seven Gates Defense Force was Brian, who was picked up after he escaped from El Cage. This was many, many weeks ago.
Oh, but so he could also just bend boogers?
What? I don't understand
bend boogers.
What your link is.
They just said he used magic.
I thought you said he booger bended.
That was
that's the other kid
that Doran saw yesterday.
I'm still looking for that kid.
What the hell, Curly?
I thought the kid that fell out of the tree told me that Brian disappeared after booger bending. That's what I heard.
No, he disappeared after using magic, is what he said. I wasn't there. How do I know more?
Because we're all listening and all team effort.
Fair. That's exactly what I heard.
Okay, so yeah, I don't want harm to befall the children. So fighting here is not the smartest thing to do, as much as I want to do it.
As rascally as they are, they do seem innocent. Shall we meet up with the others then?
Yes, we'll head towards the library.
You can rendezvous with everybody. Everybody's back together.
Hey.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I let them know I want to
Hi,
cut off
guys.
this dude's head.
Yeah.
Heads is rolling, dog.
We were our from the library. We were wanting to head to the map
Yes.
maker guy. It's a new day, so what time of day is it?
It's early.
Okay, so
Morning.
yeah, that was our thing.
Yeah.
But,
Still
down to meet
before
up,
noon.
of course.
Yeah. We just need to get more dirt on this child.
Yeah.
I mean, you
I
guys
think-
could keep wrangling that, and we could keep wrangling our thing.
Yeah, so being fully informed, I guess I would say, like, kind of be on the lookout for any kids in town who seem to harness any kind of magical ability, because it seems so far from our investigation that's what they're after. Children of
With special skills.
Say, if follow the money here, I mean, who's
well, no, we're
funding
going to the money lending.
Yeah, where's
Wait,
the
that's where you were going next.
because you don't get a town sponsored freaking orphanage headmaster position without some kind of wheels being greased somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So follow the money. Yeah, see if young VZ's trafficking children.
Easy.
So it sounds like Olna and Britt want to go to the mapmaker.
That's right.
And what do Doran and Furby want to do?
Money lending, baby.
Follow that money. Follow
All
that
right.
cheese.
I want to see who owes what to who.
So Britt and Olna go to the mapmaker. Maledicto's maps conveniently located near Chasmway and Void Street. It is a shop that specializes in maps, records, hints, and tales of the land concerned with exploration, treasure, trails, and hidden ways. You enter into the shop, and it is a dusty wooden building that reeks of old parchment and a little bit of mildew. It is a small building, perhaps maybe 500 square feet. And yes, books and charts and scrolls and maps are piled everywhere. And the proprietor sees you come in. He is Maledicto himself. Where is he? Points of interest. Maledicto's maps. It's 14.
Maps.
Yes. He sees you enter. He
by the crack.
Where?
It's number 14 on the map. He is an eccentric furbolg, and he greets you
Whoa.
with he's got a branch with a couple of leaves on it in his hand, and he waves it in the air and says, "Welcome to Maledicto's Maps. How may I make your life enriched, friends?"
Ooh, I like this place.
I was wondering if you had any maps or knowledge about Rolando Lake.
I have maps aplenty that will lead you to treasures most grand. Rolando Lake. Rolando Lake is your destination, and Rolando Lake you shall have.
Okay. And okay. More importantly, the bottom of Rolando Lake, the ruins at the beneath it.
Ruins at the bottom of Rolando Lake? A gasp! Could it be there is a location I have not charted?
Possibly.
He is sifting
charted-
through maps upon maps upon maps. The bottom of Rolando Lake is an absolute mystery!
Well, there's some pillars. There's some clams or oysters. What do you call them? Then there's some stairs and, just sort of general, classic ruins.
Do you have any knowledge about the history of Rolando Lake?
I do not have history of
Hi.
Rolando Lake, for no one knows where the name came from.
Oh my
But I may have a map that can take you to the place of history and learning.
What?
There is a secret entrance into the great library. You see, the librarian, Myasia. Ah, darling Myasia. But no, map making is no place for love. Myasia hides the greatest treasures of the library in secret. But I possess a map that can lead you into the depths.
I'm
I'm more interested in a love interest now.
Ulna.
Well, yes, we're
thoughts and
very
feelings?
we need help with a certain curse that seems to lie at the bottom of Rolando Lake, a certain mystery. So anything that can help us on the path to trying to mend this whatever is going on down there would be helpful to our cause.
Very well.
There's like a lady down there. Seems like she might need some help.
Very well. Since this is a particularly rare and valuable map into the secret chambers of the library, it is going to cost you a great sum.
Would you like us to set up a date with Myasia?
No!
I
That
have a- I
ship
have-
has sailed much like old Murphy's ships of lore. Oh, into the
What if
horizon.
What if we were to exchange our map making? We could chart the bottom of Rolando Lake for you in exchange for the map of the secret entrance to the library.
A tantalizing prospect. I accept.
All
Ulna,
right.
you're so
Bring
smart.
me the map and we shall have a trade.
Wait, how do we chart it underwater?
Yeah, we could take. If there are there any tips for underwater mapping?
Got any like
have
Every great map maker knows of underwater ink and parchment, of course.
Of course.
Oh, of course.
I have
yeah.
some here for sale.
How much is it?
Underwater ink and parchment. Specialty item.
God, it would totally be really already written in D&D.
Yeah.
Of course
Well,
it is.
our Tritons would have probably invented it.
Every time Steve rolls on a chart and it's like, here's an item, and I'm like, wow, you made up a really cool item, and I'm like, oh, it's actually in the fucking front. Like, god damn it, they get so much crap.
What will they think of next?
It's not. It's basically special calligrapher supplies. So it's 12 gold.
Okay, yeah, I'll nab that right up.
You wanna split these?
Sure, 6 and 6.
6 and 6.
Thank you, Brett. You're a darling.
Oh, I'm totally invested. I've really got nothing else to do, so
Early.
okay, there we
But
go.
what is this? What is this? Another mystery presents itself from you. What is
What?
that? That smell. That smell that I have smelled only once before in my life. Upon a tall ship that was sailing in the southwest. Is that griffin grease infused with turnip?
Hey, that's quite the sniffer you have on you.
Amazing! I'll never forget that scent. That scent is the trademark of the dish created none other by Murphy himself.
What dish is that?
Turnip stew!
Turnip stew,
But
alright.
not any turnip stew. Old man Murphy's turnip stew.
Sounds disgusting.
Is there something special about his stew?
It tasted amazing.
But
What
how
I
did
would
you
not
taste it?
give to taste that stew one last time.
Did he sell it in the city, or did you have to go to his island? to taste it.
It was many, many, many years ago on a tall ship sailing in the southwest. Murphy himself created it.
We assume that. Okay.
Uh,
How old
well-
are you?
How long do furbolgs live?
500.
I think it was 200.
I am
Well, I looked it up.
one
I looked it up. I saw
hundred.
500.
I got it somewhere in here. Oh God, 500. Yeah.
Oh wow! I am 362 years old.
Oh.
Perfect.
I bet you have quite a story to you. What do you
I
suggest
have
we do with
s-
this griff? Oh, go ahead.
I have spent my
Go ahead.
entire life amassing maps and knowledge about the land. No greater resource can there be but Maledicto's maps.
But he has no idea what the name of the lake is from.
Well, we hope to help you expand upon your knowledge of the land by exploring the Rolando Lake. Do you have any suggestions of what to do with the grease? Should we return it to Murphy?
Right, maybe we can head out there, see if a bit of his grease will let us onto the island.
There is no doubt that this is Murphy's grease. Wherever you found it, Murphy has been.
Ooh. Well, apparently he's been to the bottom of this lake.
Maybe he's left more ingredients around the town for us to.
It's actually a scavenger hunt.
We're gonna get a bigger one. So let's. Well, thank you for geez, what do we do? We should
But
offer
wait,
something.
you seem to be capable individuals. Have you also come to answer my notice?
Oh, trying to remember.
Waterfront, Consortium, the Phoenix Egg, Treasure Hunt.
Oh,
Treasure Hunter.
Hunters.
Yes.
Named.
We are open to all sorts of tasks.
Okay, I'm not going to do his voice anymore. He
Good job.
has heard news of the comet that is coming, that the festival is going to be held for the comet, and he wants to examine the comet more closely. He's a purveyor of maps of all sorts, and as you already know, he has maps that show the way to... Wait, no, sorry. He's a purveyor of maps of all sorts, and that includes maps that show the way to build things, also known as blueprints. He has read the historical records of the Coldwater Stronghold, which is number 32 on the map in the top left corner. He believes that somewhere in the ruins there are blueprints that detail the construction of a type of arcane cosmoscope that will allow him to investigate the comet more closely.
Wow.
He is offering a reward of 200 gold plus one free treasure map if the heroes can
Yeah, yeah.
find such a blueprint. And they can keep
hell
they can
yeah.
keep whatever they find in the keep because it's
Oh hell yeah!
rumored to be infested with grung, which are frog creatures.
Oh, quest, loot, treasure. Olna's not saying this. It's Sam.
Want to put some griffin grease on my grung? Ugh.
Yes, well, we can see if we have. I have an. We once we take care of the Rolando Lake mystery, we will look into venturing into the Coldwater ruins on your behalf, Maledicto.
And then you
Better-
have
we
my
also would like-
thanks.
All right, thank you. Can we have our secret entrance library map, and we shall return at a further date.
He was
hopefully-
going to trade you that. If you gave him the map of Rolando, he would give you the map to the library.
Oh.
How about you hold as a lien? Is that the
There
word
we
I'm
go.
looking for?
Yeah.
Lien holder,
Uh,
one who owns rights.
Deposit?
Yes,
no. As collateral.
collateral.
Mm.
If you can hold on to our griffin grease as collateral for the map and ensure that we shall return to you and my word.
Does he care about griffin grease on its own? Sure. The smell is nostalgic to him, so sure, he'll take that. He'll take that deal.
Okay, so we can take the secret entrance map and go to the library,
Yes.
and then we'll return it to him and get the griffin grease back. And then go map, right? Because we want to get the information on the lake before we go back down there and map it.
Well, we won't need the Griffin Grease for that. We'll go map it, and then we'll return after we we find out from the secret, hopefully from the secret entrance.
Right.
of the
And then
library.
we can trade him the map that we made to get the Griffin Grease back.
Yes. And on a side note, to my friend Britt, we're gonna need our most dexterous and stealthy member. I think if it's
Furbolg.
if it's something nary do well of entering the library, I don't think I can be the one to do it myself.
I understand. Yep, because you've got too strong a conscience. Okay, not too strong, just a
And I'm not trying to say you're some drunken drifter who is constantly getting your Achilles heel torn out. It's
rats.
you've seen some things, and our skill set is representative of our team. Is all I'm saying.
I agree. Yep.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we'd like to. Yeah, if he's cool with that stuff, we'd like to go check out. See if we can get into that library.
By all our powers combined.
May we conquer all evil.
Wow, you guys
Heart,
quickly developed a really cool routine here.
Ale.
Fire. Branch.
Hex go burr. No,
Okay. So we're going to the library again.
Back to the library. Is it going to be you, or is it going to be is Doran got this? I don't know.
Let's team back up again if we can.
Yeah.
The map.
And see if he's interested.
You can definitely all rendezvous. The
yeah.
map details that the secret entrance is in the Worm's Tail channel. Since the library is built next to the channel, you have to go underwater.
Okay, never mind.
Wow, almost like you have
Form of a seahorse.
a lot of
So
underwater
you-
stuff in this party.
You, me, and Britt, and I guess if Furby can join us,
I mean, I can see Furby being distracted enough to want to do this because
we'll leave Doran to his own devices.
Or if Doran wants to use
Yeah. We do have a
breathing.
water breathing potion.
No, I gotta hit up that money launderer, baby.
Okay.
You and your launderer.
I mean, underwater experience is
Blender.
got Furby going.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'd like to.
you three are going to the library secret entrance. Doran's going to the moneylender.
Yeah.
Moneylender VZ is a. Yes, it's exactly what you're picturing.
I don't know what it is. I haven't started
JVZ
thinking
standing behind a
anything yet.
desk. That's what I'm seeing. With a monocle? That came into my head.
Hey.
Accurate. Everything Curly said is accurate.
A
It's
green.
accurate. Let's go.
What's that green cap that bankers used to use? The green. thing.
like a Peter.
Yeah,
Parker.
that visor that
Visor.
nobody really
Oh,
knows
vi-
what the hell it's for.
Yeah.
It's like poker. Is it poker? I guess.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Young
Set the
VZ,
scene.
Young VZ money lending. Run by Young VZ himself. The establishment offers money lending and coin changing services. Young VZ is also a respected appraiser, can assign a value to mysterious and magical objects. You enter into the establishment, and it is kind of like a bank, where there are a couple of tellers and one or two clerks. The tellers offer the easy coin changing stuff, so if you have 200 copper, you can change it for gold, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And then the clerks handle more the loan transactions, and you can see an office, a glass-walled office of who you can imagine VZ himself, young VZ himself, sitting behind a very large mahogany desk, filling out some paperwork.
Picture is perfect.
Yes, I pulled up a picture from my own.
So perfect.
Man, perfect.
So yeah, what do you wish to do?
I would like to have courtship with young VZ. Speak to him.
So a young intern comes up and says, "Hello, welcome to Young VZ Money Lending. How can we assist you today?" And if you ask for a meeting with Young VZ, he says, "Oh, well, let me see if he's available. Do you have an appointment? May I say who's calling?"
It is Doran.
Doran.
Master swordsman.
I don't see you. You don't have an appointment then. I don't know if he'll take you without an appointment. Do you have any, shall we say, sensitive material that needs immediate attention? Perhaps a mysterious glowing item of sorts, or some skull-shaped artifact or trinket, anything of that nature?
Not at the moment. We are looking to procure those things, though. We have a very big lead on some items of special.
Oh, I see. So you're are you attempting to broker a exclusive finder's fee deal? Rights to
Yes.
said item, guaranteeing
Yes,
value.
yes, yes.
Okay, I think that's something we can do for you. Yes, I see. Okay, let me speak with young VZ, and I'll see if he can pencil you in. Just a moment, please. And she walks back into the office, and you can see her talking with young VZ, and her gesture to you, referencing him, and young VZ adjusts the monocle on his face, and he gives a subtle nod. And she comes back and says, "Okay, great. It seems like you caught us at a good time. Young VZ's just finishing up, so he'll see you now. Come on into the office, Mr. Doran." You're led into young VZ's office, and the intern shuts the door behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And young VZ stands up and says, "I hear you're looking to procure some interesting magical items and seeking a guaranteed finder's fee."
Yes, we've been looking into Rolando Lake as of recent.
Rolando Lake, interesting. If there's something that's been right under our nose, I'll be surprised.
Yes, as of right now, we have found some ruins. We are looking to find a way to get into them.
Ruins,
And-
eh? Ruins.
Yes.
Let me see. Hang on one moment. He begins rifling through a filing cabinet, and he pulls out
You gotta
some
go an
things.
octave lower, Steve.
Yeah, right.
I imagine this is what it... this is not what it looks like.
That's kind of more like what Maledicto might have looked like.
Ruins.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Looks great.
But he's looking through some documents and government documents. He's just looking.
Maybe I should be a bookkeeper.
It's you.
It's an old-time banky.
And he says, "Yes, rooms. I see. And the wheels are turning in his head. You can see him scheming some sort of scheme in the back of his head. But please continue. You say there's something you wish to find in ruins. You said ruins, right?
Yeah. yes,
Excellent.
yes.
Ruins.
There are
Undiscovered
ruins
ruins. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's just my cat. Ignore her.
But there are other things I wish to ask you about the town of the city of Seven Gates.
Yes. What are you talking about?
The orphanage. Do you know who funds it?
The orphanage. Why, yes, we gave a loan out to the builder of the orphanage, of course. Are you involved in the orphanage in some way?
I was maybe looking to just make some donations or procurements in the town. You know, buy some property, other things of that sort. And the orphanage has caught my eye.
Ah, I see. So do you wish to acquire... You wish to give donations, and you need a escrow company to transfer the funds? Is this accurate?
Well-
We can certainly help with that.
Something like that. But obviously, my name means a lot to me, and I don't want to be seen giving money to things that are of ill will, if you know what I mean.
I guess so. I guess he does. He seems a little confused. Yes, I suppose we would not want to put our fingers in shady business dealings.
So what can you tell me about this Garfield
Still seeing the
gentleman who
monocle.
runs the orphanage?
Garfield Shetland. I'm afraid I
Yes.
don't know. I don't know anything about the man. I loathe children, and I have not come within. I've not come within several hundred yards of the orphanage for fear of running into the young creatures.
We've lost VZ and have become Steve now.
Have you not had any dealings with Garfield? No.
With Garfield? No. He is merely an employee. He does not own the orphanage, not in the property sense.
Who is the property holder?
Is property name? Can you look up the owner of just a property legally?
I think it has to be published, right?
Depends on the funding and how dealings are done.
If you're asking in reality, you can file a DBA under confidentiality. Like you could put a
But if it's
like I don't know if somebody can search, like you can look up property tax online, but if you search property tax, like if somebody looks at the property tax in my house, will they say owned by title holder Steve Negretti?
If you don't actively block that, yeah.
Oh.
Absolutely. Just like your website, you can look up who owns the website unless you actively put confidentiality on it.
Learning about life here,
something-
Dynamite D&D.
If it's something that is like takes government funding and stuff like that, it has to have a property.
Yeah, usually you might have to be divulge that information.
Got it. So you learn that the money lending business, Young VZ Money Lending, definitely gave a loan to the organization that built the orphanage. It has definitely been blocked from public record, and they specifically requested that they do not divulge the private information of the organization that got the loan. So, yes, he does have the information, but it is been marked as private, and he can't legally give it to you.
I will
But
not
you just
press.
did?
Well, no, he told me that they did, but they can't.
As long as he
They
doesn't
can't.
name names, then
Yeah.
he can tell you what
He's just-
is going on.
Like as an interested property, he can be like, hey, this is this, but this is what I can't tell you unless
Are you wishing to purchase the property for yourself? Do you need a loan to purchase a property? We can help with that as well.
I was interested in maybe opening up a school in the city.
All right, here we go.
For
A hostile
Swordsmanship.
takeover of the orphanage property. Yes, we can help with that. I have no problem kicking orphans out onto the street.
that is not what I wanted to do.
Bring the kids in. They can
It
be
would-
your first pupils in the School of Swords.
It would mostly be a school to help children as well. So it would be something else to help the children.
I see. Well then, yes, we could drop that paperwork if you like. How much are you looking to borrow?
At the moment, I'm just kind of interested in properties around town. Things that are vacant, possibly would be able to hold the school before I start dealing in the money parts.
I have a real estate friend who I can reach out to and he can get back to me. Absolutely. We can find you a suitable property and you can take out a loan.
All right. I think that will definitely do.
Very well. Leave me your information and I shall contact you as soon as I have something.
Yes. I will be staying at the
Sawmill.
Somerset.
Somerset Inn. You can send any
I tried.
Somerset Lodge.
you can send any correspondence there.
Very well. Mr. Doran at the Somerset Lodge. Very well. I look forward to our business together.
I do as well.
And he shakes your hand.
And I leave.
Kind of a freaking samurai tycoon, business tycoon.
At this point, I have to open the school out of fucking.
Otherwise, I mean, though everyone's been waiting with bated breath for when you're going to get that business opportunity off the ground.
Yeah. The rest of you three are going underwater, it seems. You follow the map and you go underwater. Is there any particular point in town that you want to jump into the water?
I'm looking at the map, but does there indicate that a size to where to get in? Like, is it going to be a small corridor, or is it going to be?
It is a small underwater channel that, I mean, it's on this side. Obviously, it's somewhere in there, but it is very, very small.
Okay, yeah. So no giant octopus or anything like that.
Well, octopus could probably fit in.
Not a giant one.
Anything, yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
a
have you
giant one
seen
could probably fit.
that movie on YouTube where the octopus goes through the tiny little hole in the boat?
Yeah.
They can just fit through a straw.
Basically, anything that their beak can fit through, they can fit through.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say beak. God.
You can be a giant octopus with a tiny beak,
It's small, but it's
I
fierce.
can pick that.
a tiny little pecker.
I feel like, I mean, if a human's gonna fit through there, I guess a reef shark would. So I'll go with reef shark for the sake of it. But yeah, I don't know.
So- We should probably go in upstream of the library.
Yeah. We don't want to be taken down into the ocean.
Whatever's easier for
I should be
for
fine,
Brit to
personally,
swim, because she's probably the weakest of us water-dwelling creatures.
Definitely
give a little
forward
nudge.
with a fin on my
Am I
back.
talking to an octopus right now? Or?
Yeah, right.
So,
Hasn't
but
happened until we
like-
hit water,
like-
unless
like-
we're in water.
You got a tentacle over my shoulder.
Like somebody ping an area where you think you want to jump in. Like, are you saying
I was
right
just feeling
here?
right there, I guess.
Or
hold on, where's that library?
Or
Eh?
the library is by 14.
This is the
It's
library.
14.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, it
The
is.
library is 11.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Eh?
So whichever so is the stream going towards 17, like to the right?
no,
No.
it's flowing out to the
No,
big,
towards
the big body.
ocean.
All right, so then yeah, we'll go. I guess I would say here, right? Like
Yeah, that's what I say too.
yeah,
Okay. You just jumping in?
sploosh. I mean, your good boy Furblow loves the water these days because he just learned how to turn into fish. So-
I would lower myself in gingerly.
What?
that bubble
yeah,
in.
preferably like a secluded, not so many peering eyes.
Ah.
So wherever there's like
There's the
Right.
key.
a bush
There.
that we can duck behind.
So you
right
do it
next to
you,
the Midsummer Festival
you
stage.
do
I
it
think is-
surreptitiously, and so nobody's. You do it so nobody's around, and you jump in
Right.
and you swim downstream, and you find the secret entrance to the library, and it is overgrown with many plants. Olna, roll a nature check with advantage. Furby, I guess, as well, with regular,
Fair.
no advantage, just regular nature.
nature.
Thank goodness I don't have to do it.
Oh,
11.
yeah. That's a 3 on me.
Olna knows that the plants that are overgrown in this area are possibly dangerous in some way that she can't remember.
Be
Furby,
ready.
as a reef shark, goes for not knowing this information, just goes to try to bite it with his teeth.
Well, I can pass that information to you because I can speak
Are you
to.
gonna stop me?
No, I'm just letting you know. I'm warning you with my emissary of the sea. I can speak to.
I think
can
Furby would
communicate.
being like, I know this stuff. I'm nature oriented, but just getting a 3. I'm like, nope, hard.
All right, Furby gets close to the plants and roll an athletic or acrobatics check. And remember,
Athletics.
you're using your shark. You're using your shark
Oh
stats.
yeah.
So you might just have to
Crap.
roll just the dice and add numbers.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing on those. I just don't have the stat block on Reef Shark right now. But there it is.
Your hex that burr, son.
Do I still have like my proficiency in athletics, or
What's it say in your wild shape?
I
know
says
you-
use all the stats. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you don't have proficiency, right? I don't think you would. You just roll it. All right, I'm gonna do it. It's still +2.
You're just a dumb shark.
Just a big old dumb shark.
Well, DS. A Nintendo DS.
20 +2. That is 8.
So, as you get close and try to bite the plants, they lash out and grapple you. And Ulna remembers, oh, shoot, yeah, that's grapple weed. It'll grab you and it'll hold you under.
Snappleweed. You warned me, I know.
But it just holds you, huh? So
Yep.
that's not really too detrimental to us.
I guess I'm gonna struggle. I mean, shake it.
Can I
Can I tickle it?
I have a sickle as well. I'd like to try to kind of cut
Please
it.
don't,
cut it
please
out.
don't turn me into sushi.
Roll a acrobatics or athletics check, Ulna.
I'm gonna do athletics. Well, what do I got here? Yeah, athletics. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, the grapple weed tries to lash out at you, but you dodge around it and you're able to cut Furby free.
Grapple this.
Does
Does like a some sort of chlorophyll fill the water like of
Like latex?
No, not really. It's just like
What?
it's plants. It's seaweed. It's not like blood or anything.
but it's like okay.
You know, you grab some kelp and you chop it. It's not oozing or anything. Nah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, chop and I try to clear away for us to hopefully
Yeah. If you
Pass
clear away
unmolested.
some, then Brit, you can roll either athletics or acrobatics with advantage.
Oh, with advantage?
Yep.
Oh. Let's see if it'll do it, because I clicked advantage after I... What?
Yeah.
Why did I do 3 of them?
Because you hit it once, and then you toggle it, and then you hit it again. But 20 is your advantage roll, so yeah, you pass through easily. So you get past a grapple weed, and you get further on, you see another different-looking type of plant with very, very bright, broad leaves that are swaying gently in the current. Everybody can roll a nature check. Only can do it with advantage.
And I do
Oh,
actually,
boy.
I do actually keep my proficiencies and things. Neat.
Man.
And I don't. It's weird. I don't know if this is just for future reference. I don't use the attributes
Wow.
of the animal for int, whiz, or charisma.
So
Double
bad
12.
at nature.
This is nature.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so bad at it.
Yeah, 12.
Um,
Britt, how did you actually do? It's become a joke now with nature checks.
You,
I think I've rolled a 1 like 90% of the time.
Ulna and Furby, you don't quite recall the name, but you know that these are poisonous plants for sure.
Oh.
It's really bad in botany. I didn't pay attention.
I shark look to you guys because you have appendages.
Damn, if I was level 2, if I had level 2 spells, I'd have cure poison.
I have no way of a shark communicating.
Oops, sorry.
You have lay on hands.
Oh, okay. Will that help against poison specifically?
Read it. I don't remember the exact wording, but you can burn 5 to do stuff.
The next you touch your creature, but the hit points to do the maximum turn. You can pull the creature target. Disease neutralize poison affecting it. Okay, well yes.
What? I don't even think I ever read that.
Yeah, so I have how many I have got? I've got like level
level
4.
four,
I got
you got
20,
20?
so
Yeah.
I can spend 5 of those 20 points to heal poison if it comes to that. And somehow I let you guys know. I try to let you know it's okay. Let's do what we can, and so let's try to pass through.
Okay. I try to weasel by.
Everybody can roll a dex save. Furby can do it with advantage since you're a shark.
Damn right I can. My dex is a shark.
14.
Crush 1. All right.
Damn.
2 d20s.
I don't know anything about nature, but I'm a bit dexterous.
2 d20s plus 1. I'm not 2 d20s. I mean,
You all
12.
evade. You can
13.
see as you're swimming by the plants, their leaves kind of shudder and lash out. But you all are you're proficient enough in swimming around in the water that you evade their poison.
I'll do it with style.
I wish the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game was this easy.
Yeah, it's that freaking glowing weed that makes the worst noise in the entire
I'm
world.
still traumatized. Steve, is this cave that we're going into? Is it a sewer or is it like natural?
It's natural.
Natural. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, was it made before this place was a thing? Like,
Built.
was it always an entrance, or was it just this is just naturally existed?
It looks like a naturally formed cavern.
I show the
cool.
shark. I point at the map with the shark. I show the shark. Look, this is all I know.
And the shark puts his glasses on. And
And so after you pass by those clusters of plants, you're getting deeper into the interior where less light is spilling in, so no more plants are kind of growing. Occasionally you see the odd bioluminescent plankton float by. And you can use the candle to look at the map since it's pretty dark down here. And the map, you can see that the cave branches off a couple of times, but you follow the map and manage to find your way into a small.
Bless Maldicto.
You swim and get to a place where it goes up, and you come to a small pool that is in a chamber. Again, the chamber seems to be naturally formed. And within this chamber, you can see that there are several shelves containing only a few books. And you can see that this chamber is very damp, very moist, very, very, very humid, thick with water in the air. The walls are all glistening. There's dripping droplets dropping from the ceiling. You can see a door to one side of the room.
And it's only lit by our candle right now?
It's currently only lit by your candle. And the reflection of the candle is reflecting off the water, so it's giving that cool underwater cave vibe.
Yeah.
And the door is seemingly connected to the library.
The door is a solid door, so you don't know where it goes.
Does this? Is it safe to say that we get the feeling there's no other branching paths in the water? This is just where it led to.
No, there were tons of branching paths. You followed the map.
We followed the map, right? Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna unwild shape. Furby's back, baby.
I
Bye,
mean,
guys.
you could explore those if you want while we
I
study.
I think the point we had a map is we didn't want to. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want you to get lost.
I don't get lost down there. I'm not the smartest shark in the bunch. Yeah. Sweet.
All right, everyone. Now listen up. We're
Look
just
around,
here. We're here for knowledge.
Because Furby doesn't like dark.
We're technically on the property of the library. I don't want to see any pockets filled with books. Okay. Just saying.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Britt. I don't mean to name names. I'm looking at you, sister. Okay.
I'm here to protect you two smarties.
Well, I'm not the brightest bulb, but I try. Let's study. Let's research.
Three lowest intelligent people went to the book.
We're gonna burn this moist cave.
So who's
everybody,
gonna read?
everybody, roll an investigation check.
I'll take that.
I burned down one cave full of spider web.
9.
That was intimidation, not investigation.
13.
That's my intelligence for you.
You intimidated the books. Oh, flex that smart Furby.
So Furby is the one who finds the only bit of relevant information. So all these books are also very moist to the touch. The pages are wet and slick. And if anybody has a... everybody roll an Arcana check real fast.
Oh.
God fucking.
Ooh, Furby today.
Oh my
That's
god.
a flat 0
Brit.
from the old Brit.
Brit,
1,
swim on
3,
back,
and
girl.
0 on these old smarty checks.
So Furby realizes that these books were crafted specifically by some sort of underwater race, and that's why they have to be kept damp and moist. Otherwise, much like if you left a regular book in the water, it would dissolve. If you left these regular books in the air, they would be destroyed.
Wow.
I think Furby just straight up says, like, wouldn't, if these are old books, would they have descended? And then I just stumble upon that revelation.
And so,
does anyone in the Triton world, Olna, have underwater books?
That sounds about right. That tracks for my people, for my kin.
the Tritons have their own way of recording history and knowledge that aren't traditional books like these.
It's through underwater reverberations that we can echo.
It's written in the coral reef.
In the Gulf Stream, and it carries infinitely.
So, in your researching about Rolando Lake, you can the relevant pieces of information that you find. The relevant pieces of information that you find are that there was once in the town, long ago, there was a festival that was held that was on the surface of the lake. So lots and lots of boats would be held on the surface of the lake. This festival was held for a very few years, maybe 5 to 10 at most. And then the festival stopped because one day there was a great atrocity that happened on the surface of the lake. Something, nobody really knows what, but something came up from the depths of the lake and began slaughtering everybody who was sailing around and cavorting on the lake. And everybody who was on the lake that day died except for one individual. And the individual that is named is Murphy.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Bum, bum, bum.
Do we have an idea of the time frame of that part?
This was recorded before the Great War.
Wow.
Over 200 years
that-
old.
Would that be like the ruins underneath or even older kind of thing? Like, I don't know.
Right, because if it was a lake at that
At that time.
unless it was a water-faring thing that came up.
Oh,
And
yeah.
water-faring thing had built that.
A
Mm.
nasty
didn't like-
situation.
Didn't like that there was a festival happening on his roof.
Murphy. Old man Murphy.
What if the pearls are connected to something underneath?
Well, I mean, I feel like Murphy's a shady character, right? So far that we know.
Well,
Mhm.
only for the fact that he won't let people on or off his island. But it
and
seems like
he had a stranglehold on the turnip market apparently as well, and so
seems like we have enough to at least we have this incident and we have his precious jar of grissom
I just feel like
grass.
why would anyone? I mean, this is that long ago, and if Murphy was around that time,
Furby, can we endeavor you to butter up this old man and try to get
don't make
into
me do
his
this.
become
I've had to interact with Murphy every time we've played this game.
close enough to his heart and
I'm gonna go hunting a bootfish with my old friend. I mean, I'm interested. I would like to know more about this history. This is insanely interesting to me. What unnatural thing has created this creature under the depths that is trapped and took the lives possibly of so many citizens?
Can I investigate the door, not open it, but maybe see if it's locked and maybe try to
Can I say that Furby had a real hard time reading that book for you guys, just so you know.
Roll
slow sentences.
Roll an investigation check on the door.
Where's my damn investigate? I starts with an I.
Big, heavy, solid door designed to keep the moisture in. You seem to think that even if this chamber filled up with water, the door would keep the water in. It is definitely locked, and you can see a keyhole. It seems you need a key to operate the door.
Furby questions: does the moisture? I mean, does this feel magical or somehow this just natural damp cavern? Is there some kind of
Roll
unnatural
a nature check.
Nature check. 19.
You're pretty sure this is natural.
Okay, cool. Very nicely built cavern.
I just want to search through the other books and make sure there's not like a false book with a key in it or something.
Good thinking, old smart Brit. Yeah, let's search for a key. Is there like a desk or a storage area or
Nope,
something
just
that's not a bookshelf?
shelves and books.
All right.
So Britt Britt already rolled the investigation earlier, so that was kind of a comprehensive thing of looking through and finding everything.
Okay.
So so Furby finds the bits that are related to Rolando Lake that you're looking for. Most of the other ones are details.
Is there anything about the chasm? That's what I'm interested in.
Not in this room, no.
Okay.
Most of the other books detail cultures of the sea, including Triton, including Marrow, including merfolk. Historical texts
merfolk.
that detail the history of the peoples and cultures.
Murphy. Merfolk.
Yeah, I got it. We figured it out, Steve. We solved your puzzle. Old Man Murphy's a mermaid. We get it. It's fine.
That's amazing.
He's not saying anything. Oh God, we might have actually stumbled upon it.
Oh no. Well, yeah. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's just pop this door open real quick and.
I mean, I would like to go out through the door and see what else is down there. We made our way all the way into this.
This is, well, according to Maldicto, this is just a secret room in the library. So if we exit this room, A, we're trespassing, technically, and B, we might destroy this knowledge that's in this room. So I suggest we go the way we came.
Okay. I take your advice.
Me too.
You head back out, and knowing about the plants, you can avoid their hazards. And you can rendezvous with Doran back in town. It is midday.
Doran, we gotta go see the Murph.
How was the money
shrug.
lending?
How's the what, Carissa?
The money lending.
Doran.
Kaz wanted to get his meat.
Doran.
Oh yeah, his meat is. You don't want to
Oh,
over.
no, I thought I unmuted. I must have muted. But yeah, I fill them in on all the stuff with the money lending. Me trying to figure out who owns the property to try to,
Notice
our
how
red string theory.
notice how he
Deal.
didn't invite any of you guys to get in on the ground floor of his venture.
Yeah. Well, I say we go find a way to get to Murphy.
Well, he doesn't let anyone on his island, but
Well, we
Maybe-
do. We have the griffin grease, which apparently is one of the
Uh-huh.
ingredients of his
Oh.
secret.
we might have an
soup.
in with him.
We don't have it.
You're
We have
right. We have to go get it back from Maledicto.
Right. We have to map.
Drink it all.
Damn it! We should have found a map or something in there. But
Well,
We
my
could-
investigation
well, he-
was crap. So
He wanted you guys to
Yeah.
draw a
to
map.
map
yeah,
the
we could do that tonight. Or as with the rest.
We shouldn't do it at night because that's when she's
You're
there.
right. You're totally right. We should
Yeah.
do it before the sun goes down, and I could probably do it without having to
Jump in there, Triton, and bang it
Oh
out.
yeah.
I won't get in it too much. I'll try not to avoid any dangerous situations and just try to map it out.
'Cause I feel like it's apparently notorious in this town. Many people beyond one have told us that Old Man Murphy's a little shades and keeps to himself and
you guys try to figure out if how to get transportation there.
trade a
we could-
wagon
we could
for a
all-
boat.
We could all ride on the back of the reef shark, or if you
Giant
can find
yours.
And I will go and map the Rolando Lake. Go ahead. Sorry, Britt.
Oh, I was just gonna say maybe we could, while you're doing that, speak to the Fishermen's Consortium. Maybe they have an idea.
That is out near that area, right? So we could probably either secure a vessel to get over to the island and just
Maybe.
see what's up.
Maybe
This makes sense
it's
to me.
worth, asking around at the docks and the fishermen people place.
Yeah,
Or
because looking at the
even-
map, that'd be the closest without just kind of traversing the outside wall of the town
Right.
to get around to Murphy's Island.
Or you guys can, if you do find something while I'm mapping, you guys could try to do some fishing for wait, what do they need for big fish?
Yeah.
They want big fish over at the
Some
consortium.
Big old fish.
You could
Yeah.
turn yourself into a reef shark and then escape when they're not looking for them. No, that's shady.
I
I would
mean,
never, I would never
I-
suggest that.
My intent is to go out there
Get
and
out of here.
procure ourselves a little tiny canoe to get ourselves out to the island.
Yeah. I'm down
Can we
with
get
that.
something a little
Or ask
wider?
anyone that knows about the details of Murphy and his.
So Olna is going back to Rolando Lake. Olna, so you are going to have to roll
Yeah.
to see what kind of map you can create. Roll
A drawing check.
roll a history check.
Wait.
Oh, I'm kind of
All right.
good at that, right? I should be.
So Olna draws a halfway decent map.
Title one is just a child's crayon of a castle.
Just hanging out underwater, shooing the fish away every so often, or telling the fish to, I don't know, do what they do.
or singing an aerial song.
Meanwhile, the other three go to the Fishermen's Consortium, and you're trying to get a vessel to.
Yep.
What do you tell them you want?
I would say I'm looking for the twofold intent is that I would like to secure something to get us there, and also kind of feel out anyone that might know information about Murphy. So I'm pretty open with the way I talk to people. I'm like, hey, we're looking to ferry over to Old Man Murphy's Island. We've got business with him. Furby starts laughing in the same candor, not understanding exactly how human. Yeah, indeed, yes. Yes, we have fun here. But yeah,
whatever
so that's
whatever you really want the boat for, we can get you a catamaran. We'll give you we'll rent you a catamaran for the day.
Oh, good.
It's a
Really?
rice?
It'll fit you three on it, no problem.
What about possibly one more slightly Triton-sized man?
You want?
I mean, I can swim next to the boat. It's
Fair.
not a
Well,
problem.
I guess
while you're doing this, Olna's mapping the thing. That was a whole
No,
lot.
I'm just
but
saying-
I was figuring we were gonna wait for Olna to go out there. I was just looking to secure because we need the juice. We
Oh.
need the-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
need
just
the
you're
juice.
just getting it and waiting for Olna to get there.
yeah. I was preparing
Yes.
it while
Okay,
Olna
and yeah.
draws.
You can rent a catamaran for. You're not going very far. It's a local rental.
Yeah.
Just a catamaran. 3 gold. 3 gold.
Get him a rinky dinky. 3 gold. Furby says
Yeah.
out loud.
One gold from each of us.
A sailing vessel for 4 people? Yeah, it's gonna be costly.
You're like a paddleboard.
Insurance. What if something happens to the
Is there
vessel?
insurance? We scratch it.
You ever
Deposit.
you ever gone out to rent a fishing vessel?
Literally not once in my life, privileged Steve.
Neither have I, but I can imagine it's pretty darn pricey.
You never just hung out on your yacht with your.
Yeah,
Just
because it's
getting
expensive. We don't have them.
Just getting some fins and some and goggles is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could. I don't know. I'm down. I don't know. I have no attachment to gold. Furby's fine with it.
Of course, I understand that there's some information about Murphy that we're all in on. But can you just remind me what that is?
Well put.
I bumped my head the other day, and knowledge just sort of, woof,
Every piece of knowledge that started with an M just fell out. So
just fell out. So, forgive me. but
oh,
make me laugh.
Don't worry, it's okay. We get stupid tourists in here a lot. Murphy's Island is inhabited by Old Man Murphy. Nobody ever goes to the island. Nobody ever comes off the island. Who knows what he's doing up in there? It's a mystery. But local legend.
Concerned about that last part. The
Lo-
off the
Yeah, no
island.
one ever comes off.
Local
Were there a bunch of
legend.
people there that just never came home.
Local legend heralds him as one of the greatest sailors from the past. But nobody can really corroborate that legend because nobody's talked to the guy in an age or so.
How does he get the turnips to you all?
He doesn't get the turnips to us. We can see them growing. He's got wild turnips growing over on his land. You can see them with your spyglass easily. But nobody ever goes to the island. No turnips ever go off. They're just growing wild.
God, which was the guy that wanted turnip stew?
Maledicto.
Melon. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's
The
had
map
it in the
guy.
past, at least.
Yeah, and he wants it again.
This is becoming a Zelda like quest where it's like you got to get the Griffin grease to Turnip Man to get the turnip stew to get to the.
Yeah.
I dig it.
So yeah, you
Has,
can get a catamaran and you can wait for Olna to get back.
That is the
Right.
plan.
I give him my piece of gold. Do
Uh,
either
oh,
of
wow.
you need me to cover you? Do you have gold?
Oh, I've already handed mine over. I took it off my thing.
Okay.
Um,
We wait for Olna.
You rendezvous with Olna.
Furby starts prepping to drive the catamaran.
Roll a. This would be survival. Roll a survival check with disadvantage.
Oof. Come on, wisdom. Show me that potato salad. 7.
You.
Damn, you got a good survival score.
I do. It's a wisdom. It's my bane stat for spells. And whatnot.
You untie some knots that really weren't meant to be untied.
Yep, but I continue doing what I do. If only there was someone with vehicle handling.
Oh my god, why? I look away for 2 seconds to read something.
I'm driving the boat, baby.
No.
Oh, he is.
Well, this isn't a land vehicle, so I don't have proficiency, but this is a
It's fine.
water-faring
I'm,
vehicle.
I'm confident in myself, even if I can't
But,
roll.
Yeah, no, I just kick you in the boat and we're going.
Olna gets back and sees Doran yelling at Furby, and Furby yelling back at Doran, and Britt hanging out, enjoying the sun,
Just kicking my feet up.
having a drink.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I've never sailed a boat myself. I can swim in the water just fine. So whoever wants to drive it is fine with me. I have
Alan,
the
can
Griffin
you
grease.
tow us along in the
No,
In the
nobody,
water?
nobody has. Oh wait, yeah, we'll fast track that. You can go back to what's his butt and get the griffin grease back.
Cool.
Sure.
Thank you, adventurer.
Thank you.
Just-
Good luck.
Throw the map at him, grab the bottle, and run.
Soggy map.
Daylight's burning. Go. So
Yeah,
fresh.
we'll follow. Almost will swim, lead the way, and we'll row behind.
Whoops.
Do
Okay.
you row a catamaran? I have no idea what a catamaran is.
Sail it. It's flipping Kevin Costner's boat on Waterworld. The
Oh,
Oh,
the cute.
okay.
It's got the two bananas.
Oh. He pees into the.
I love
little
that. That's
machine.
what everybody knows. Of course,
Yeah.
it's Kevin Costner's boat. Duh.
I don't know
You
if
can
that was
drink your
Kevin
own
Costner's
pee.
actual boat he brought from home, but it is a good movie nonetheless.
The
He
two
made-
he
built all the
things
sets
that I
himself.
like
Is there
Alright.
a map on the back of Brit's?
All right. So you're going to head out for Murphy's Island, and we will see what dangers await you when you sail towards Murphy's Island next time on Dynamite D&D. It is 4 p.m. So we are going to
Yeah, I gotta go take
cut things off here. When is the next game, people? The next Saturday is August 29th, and then 2 weeks after that will be the 5th. What are y'all feeling?
Both of my Saturdays are free for me, so you guys figure it out.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm free. Saturday. Saturday sounds good.
This next Saturday, I do
29th,
not have
yeah.
anything so far, so I'm open for that.
Sounds like next Saturday, Carissa?
Yeah.
Saturday the 29th. All right. Boom shakalaka. All right, everybody. This is Dynamite D&D, back from the dead in streaming terms. Once again, my name is Steve, the Dungeon Master. That's Carissa. That's Kaz. That's Sam. And that's Curly. Playing
Let's
some
go, Bird.
games.
And I'm cool.
We will see you next week, 1 week from today. Thanks for joining us. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, all that nonsense, whatever, social media, blah, 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 blah. All right, playing the outro theme. Goodbye. Woo, there it is.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom catamaran.
Sailing.
Suck it, Herx.
I don't know what that means.
But me neither.
He's a boss from a video game that I hate.
Hate.
Oh,
I mean, a
Hate-
video
hate
game I
love.
love, but a boss
you love to hate.
sucks.
It's just so bad.
He's got too much HP. Damn it, I was gonna say something. Are we talking over stuff? Are we
Yeah.
shut up?
We're talking over the end.
Sorry.
Steve might have us muted now, though.